Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dogfather here. Gas by my side. Dogfather and Gas, Bulldogs to the core. Bulldog spirit, strong and true. Blue and white, through and through. G-Day Doggies fans, welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Hey. Here we go. Hey.
There you go. G'day, Doggies fans. All things Bulldogs, and Storm and Gerard Sutton are in the bin, just where we like them to be. They haven't been in the bin for a long, long time, as in no finals bin for the Storm. Welcome to everyone else here. G'day to you, Gas, back from the long trip to Melbourne. G'day to Pro 5 Tay, the young fella. He did a nice little edit, which I saw on his YouTube channel. Go check it out, guys. Welcome to Dave. Who else is here? Bulldogs Mike, Spencer will flex and ride. Where did Bulldogs Mike go? Saw him before.
SMK, Timmy.
I don't know what's happened. A couple disappeared. SMK 1390, who keeps a good old eye on the New South Wales Cup. They had a win. Joe Millennium, g'day to you. And a big shout out to Timmy, and quite a few people already watching, which is good.
Trevor Cal.
Oh, he's come on now as well. G'day to Trevor Cowlard. Thank God that anxiety game is over. Yes, and we go from one big anxiety game into another big anxiety game.
But let's enjoy this one. Let's enjoy this one first, though.
One that gets us going every single year. So good to see everyone on a Sunday night. Lots to happen tonight. We'll talk a lot about the game that we saw. Obviously, go over some of the Gerard Sutton stuff, not just the contentious stuff, but I want to show you how, for those who it's not 100% aware of it, just or to validate some of you on how you feel about it, is the interpretations he makes around the ruck against us. in that Raiders game that followed up again in that Storms game, gave them every chance. And we're lucky they didn't have their best players because we would have found it very hard to win that match. If you had players like Harry Grant taking advantage. But Tyrone Wishart's pretty good out of dummy half, I will tell you that much. And some of their players did lift a lot, but the cheating in the ruck was ridiculous. And yes. We'll also go over New South Wales Cup. They got away with a win. Flegg managed to scrape a draw in the last seconds of the game. A beautiful little chip and chase, actually, for the try. And but Ron Massey, they copped a bit of a hiding from St Mary's, but that was probably expected. And then we had the women today, who I felt actually the scoreline didn't represent how they're going to improve and go all right. This Bulldogs side, they've got they're coming along nicely. 36-4 was a big loss, but I think they had 2 tries disallowed and couple of I think the girl who was Ali Brigginshaw, like a grade of the game, should have been sent off for what happened.
Should have been sent off. She should have been
sent off.
Yeah.
That's a send-off every day of the week.
That wasn't a 10 minutes. That was a send-off. Yeah.
You've just done a hoist and flip of someone there.
She stayed on reputation only. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, look, I just think I think that Taylor gets up and plays the ball and that. But, yeah, that should have been sent off. You tackle like that, the risk of a neck injury is so high. Yeah. See you later, alligator. Ali, there you go, alligator. How was it, mate? What was it like there? What was the atmosphere like? Obviously, a lot of Bulldogs fans there.
It was exciting. It was a great crowd for a Melbourne game down there. There was a lot of Bulldog supporters, not just in the Bulldogs Bay, but splattered all over the stadium. You walk around, there were so many Bulldog supporters. A lot of them had done the trip. I caught up with quite a few people. Some even came from as far as Tamworth to get there. So there was people from all corners to make their way down there. We caught up with the Bulldogs fan down there as well. Made his way over there in an RV with his wife and his partner, and then made the way back to see the girls play at Wagga today. So, but so many loyal Dog supporters there supporting the team, and you could probably hear it towards the end of the game there when the chant went up. We overcame all of the TikTok sounds of the storm, that annoying ticking, tocking sound that they like to do. But for once, we got the result over, the whole adversity of Sutton, as we're going to describe in the podcast. But, we did say it last week. I said, we've the way that we've been having him, we have a win, we have 2 losses, and then we have a win. So we were due for the win with him. We just had to take him out of play. It was our first time that we potentially could have hit 40 if it wasn't for, the kicks being so far out and, Critter not having his best kicking from the, conversions. We could have, for once, we could have actually achieved 40, but we still managed to hit 36 points, which is the highest score we've achieved this year. And on my reckoning, from every game that I've seen this year, I think we achieved something else that we have not achieved in any game this year. We finally managed to score a try, which initiated from the other side of halfway. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I don't think we've done it this year. I've been watching very closely. The first try we scored, we actually started it from our side of halfway and ended up scoring the try when Salmon ended up, running the last 30 metres. And that was, I think, the first time.
And hurting his little Richard.
Yes, and that was the first time this year that we've started and finished a try from our side of halfway, not, being tackled, like one set play. So everything we've been doing has been from within, the opposition's 50 and even 20 or 30. So that was finally something. And look, and still, it wasn't even a full, line break and, with ones Jethro was doing that run that he had. If he looked back inside and seen Birdo there, potentially it was a bit of a hard one, still not easy. But one of those ones, we start getting those as well. That's when we start really breaking other teams. Probably Roosters done about 10 of those the other day. So, but they also did play a team that wasn't on, and they're going to have another thing coming when they play us this week, as we said. So, but awesome atmosphere, great crowd, great celebration there. Players were very generous with their time after the game, came around and saw everyone, signed whatever people wanted, and a lot of people were waiting for, signatures and all sorts of stuff and photos. So they were very generous with that. But it goes a little bit towards the disappointment of last year. Obviously, it's not the same as a semi-final, but, we put a lot of effort into that game. But, we got the job done as very, very spirited Melbourne team, guys. You can see that they were playing for their season. You mark my words, some of those players that were out there the other day, they will be a force to be reckoned with in the future. Some of those players, the halfback, like they are a gun team coming through. Like, they're not just, rookies that have just come up and they've got nothing. They will be a team to be reckoned with once those players get a lot more exposure. So, they scored two tries from kicks, and the only other 2 tries they scored was when we had 12 players on the field. And the second one, they got us up the middle, where Hayward would have been patrolling. So, that's putting it into perspective a little bit from our side. But, we still scored the last 4 tries, came home strong, and it was an incredible win to, when you're expected to win those games, they're the hardest ones to win. And we haven't delivered on those games earlier in the year when we've had teams that we should have beaten. So to get the result when we had to win, when, Cowboys fell over against the Roosters in a big heat, and we knew that we just had to win the game to get in the 8, and to show you the positivity of the Bulldogs, the last 2 minutes told you a lot. When they could have easily taken the 2 points and just settled the game, they decided to go for the try, and second tackle, Critter said, I'll do this myself. Don't worry, guys, I got this. So that's the mentality that the Dogs are starting to play with now, that confidence, that attacking mind. So just, be ready for that, because it's going to keep improving, as we keep saying, heading into the finals, week in, week out. That attack has now started to turn around. We're starting to score more points. It's becoming more of a confidence thing with the players. They're believing in themselves. So really, really good times. Really good times, Michael. Looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, mate. So look, guys, I'm just going to show you a nice little chant after the game. If you don't know if you've got to see this. And the good thing about all that. Off. Shut up.
The chant doesn't stop, mate. The chant doesn't stop for anyone.
There we go. That's it. Back to us. So, guys, what was I about to friggin' say? I forgot. We'll go through a couple of chats in a moment. Someone said their first time here at 3 Jazz. Blah, 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 blah. He made a comment there. We'll get to all those comments. Quite a few coming through that technically we can make top 6. We can actually make top 4. It just means some teams have to lose. Games are in the top 4 that they're not expected to lose. But one thing about this competition is that there will be upsets. There will be teams with nothing to lose who pull up, sort of like Melbourne in the way. They will catch the ball and score off kicks. They will miraculously pick up a loose ball. The team that needs the win to secure a spot in the top 4 or in the finals will feel that pressure. They'll drop that ball. They'll have all the chances and not get them. Things will go wrong. They'll get Gerard Sutton, who, look, every team has their ref, but Gerard Sutton, the way he refereed that game, I will break that down specifically as to why we are so adamant that this guy has it in for us. People can make up. He looked pretty sad about Look, he seems to smile a lot when things don't go our way and go the opposition's way. He seems to smile about it when he's like, because I think he's like, yep, they're going to be going on about this. But when it does go our way, he doesn't look to be too happy about it. There's perception that people have as well, and it sort of comes through on the TV.
It was probably a good thing that they put the stat in the paper that during the week about how his record with us was so bad. He was sort of in the spotlight because of that, but it didn't change the way he reffed the game. He still goes, I'll show you why, guys. I'll show you why I love to hammer the Dogs. And Serraldo did an awesome job to basically flirt around the edges without obviously putting himself in a position to cop a fine. But he, even in a win, he still made it quite clear, if you read between the lines, about how he rated that performance and why, you know, it's been a frustration for the Bulldogs to deal with Sutton over time and time and time again.
Well, I want to talk about Serraldo's press conferences because he cops a lot of shit for it. But it's funny, a lot of chats I have with people after games, before the press conference, Serraldo tends to come in and mirror the stuff that I've been saying, which just means that we're just paying attention to what's going to happen. Now, a lot of people sort of predict what he's going to say now in a sarcastic way because they're like, but as we say, he's protecting the players, usually, like with stuff. He's speaking at a level because he understands, and he's talking about, you know, Lachlan Galvin is the halfback in our club, and the way that they want him to play halfback and the way they want the game executed is what he's doing. If people think that Critter's the halfback, yeah, Critter's had more touches, but he's still not had more touches in a game than Galvin, which is important as well. But what he's done in that first couple of games, he just got in there and he said, guys, I've got a fair bit of call on the ball. But that's also another thing as well, is that Bailey Hayward is probably going to go to his captain before his halfback if his captain makes the call and says, we're going this way, all right? We're going this way. A lot of the stuff they practice anyway. They sort of know how it goes, the way that they're managing it up the field. There is a lot of structure. When they break out of that, if they do a shift or they get that offload, you know, that try that we got, we travelled a long way to score that try off the Viliami Kikau offload to Critter. I'm pretty sure it started way back from a Carraz offload.
That was from a Carraz offload, but that was on the near their try line as well, where he did that offload. Yeah,
but it was still a tough one as well. Like there was a lot of stuff. That's right. We sort of scored a lot of points in the same area of the field as well, which was interesting. But we're making use of that left edge. I was so glad that ball that we had a bit of luck, like Hayward. That was a horrible pass for the little soccer play from Burton, and then you also had Critter, who just had to get the ball to Rinakama. Now I'm glad Fox wasn't standing there because he catches that and goes the length of the field. But yeah, look, that was a tough game to win. I had more satisfaction out of that win than I did the week before against the Auckland Warriors. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew that Sutton was going to make it very difficult. And it's that ruck stuff. So what I'm talking about is that, and I really love the fact that Serraldo made a massive reference to this sort of stuff when he said, I was really happy with the mentality of my team, with their discipline. Now, we got beaten on the penalty count. It could have been a lot worse if we'd lost our heads. From the very opening moment, they shoved Connor Tracy, shoved him out of the road.
Yeah, from the kickoff.
Off the kickoff. Yep. That should have been pulled back and we should have got a penalty. Yeah. He just let it go. He's like, no, let it go. Nothing to see here. Now, I can guarantee you if we did that, we would have been pulled up.
Yes.
Now, I know there's things that we do and we get away with in games. And and whatever, we get luck as well. Like we're not saying that, but we're talking about with this guy, right? When he's sitting there going, oh yeah. Like he was already picking out the professional foul sin bin. He knew that Hayward sort of turned, and I still felt that was ridiculous. Off a forward pass. The fact that they said that we didn't get a touch on that as well, I still think that
I still think it touched Preston's hand.
Yeah, I reckon his hand went in to grow. So
Yeah.
Dead ball right there.
But forward pass first. I mean, that should have been even called like a lost ball, basically.
The first
if he couldn't call it forward, if he couldn't call it forward, he should have said it was a lost ball.
Yeah,
and Hayward would never have been sin binned for that play. You know what I mean?
First try, he fucks up to play the ball. He steps on it and has to do it again. Like they call that a misplay the ball every time.
Yeah.
And when they show the replay of the try, they only show it from the moment that that the hooker's got the ball in the hand making the pass. They didn't go there. So you only see it live. You see it live, him fuck it up. Then they don't go back to it. Like that wasn't they could have reviewed that from the play the ball and said, sorry, there's a fuck up in the play the ball here. I'm pretty sure of that. So that's another thing that went against us straight away. And I knew they were going to catch the ball and score. The very fact that they were able to get in behind our ruck so many times after both Josh King and Stefano Uatikamanu on probably about 13 occasions have walked massively off the mark, kept walking, and then he either penalised us or gave them a 6 again for it.
And occasionally he'd bring them back. Like he pulled Stefano back because he went so far off, he made him play it again and come back onto the mark.
Well, he had to once. That was the only time.
But he does it so many times when he does it, but he just lets it go.
That's right. He only pulled him back once.
Because it was so it was even more blatant.
But he pulled us up. Look, the try Harry's got his back turned, he's not getting on side. That everyone was sort of just that was a poor try. I like the fella with the headgear. He gave me vibes of an old player that used to come on for us called Brandon. What was his name? He used to wear the headgear back in the. I've got to get his name. If anyone knows, back in the 80s or 90s, his name was Brandon, and he came off. It was like a bench forward for us. I've forgotten his last name, but anyway, someone will remember. I'm sure of it. Never really started many games, but he just used to run hard. And
so this is the Angus Hinchy you're talking about?
Hey?
Hinchy,
yeah. I liked Hinchy. Hinchy made me smile, actually, as a opposition player. Like, I'm sitting there trying to think of, watching that game, think of things that I can be positive about.
Brandon Lee?
Yeah, Brandon Lee. That was his name, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of him a little bit. Probably a bit stockier than him. Brandon was a bit taller and stuff.
Yeah.
A bit leaner, but I don't know. The headgear always does it. I'll tell you what also happened with Sutton was the way that they messed with our play the ball and held us down. Now, just through class, a lot of the time we were able to generate momentum and leave them behind a bit, which got us some nice speed at different times. Someone come out at the end. Someone made a comment that Hayward never ran the ball again. I'm like, well, that's what happens when
Joey Johns was making that repeatedly.
Oh, was he that he's not running?
Yeah. He was going off about how it's the easiest place to run, and as soon as you see one marker, it's a license. You have to go for a run. You have to take it.
All right. So that's so you see what I mean, though. I didn't watch I never watched the Channel 9 anymore because of Matt Thompson. I can't do it. Sorry, but I just can't. He's sitting there talking about trying to discuss something. He's trying to have a discussion as the game's flowing, rather than just saying the player's name and then their next name, and then one or two words, he's trying to have a discussion about everything. Trying to be Andrew Voss, and he's not. Anyway, I shouldn't be too hard on him. But yeah, look, so what happens is people will hear that from Johns, and then people will go and start putting it everywhere on social media. And Johns only looks at attack. He says he admits that he only looks at attack. He doesn't look at it from a defensive side of things. Yeah, and there are times where Bailey may have done that run, but he is also bringing people onto the ball, and we scored 7 tries. So I don't think he did too bad. And I think a lot of our, and this was also referenced as well since Kickout's come back, he's been very vocal about how and when he wants the ball and stuff. And from that point of view, I have noticed that we are seeing in the team a lot more earlier ball out to our key players. We're just giving them the ball with a little bit of space to run. Now, this has freed both of the players up, because when Burton's sort of getting tightly watched and marked, kick out and that just keep taking the space. And what he's done, he's used his footwork so well in the last couple of weeks, especially, and then that ability to offload to create two of the best try assists you've seen. And it's all relative. So even though you might have a player on your super coach and he's not getting the fantasy points because they're not getting as much clean ball and they're not making as many line breaks and they're not doing this as much. From a Matt Burton point of view, I think the fact that he's competing for so many balls in the air rather than being the one who's kicking them, it's bringing him into the game that way.
There was some frustration from Berto at one stage, though. And when you look at it on reflection, Connor Tracy, and this is not a criticism, but Connor Tracy occasionally will straighten up and go himself a lot when he could be still getting it out wide to those attacking centres. And if you watch the game again, you'll see him a lot of times. He's in that position where he can link it with the centres, and he ends up going on his own, or he takes the tackle. And at one stage, Burton threw the arms up. It's like, why didn't you pass it? Tracy's been trying to sort of cut through like some of the good fullbacks do. He sees the opportunity. Sometimes, I think even the players are like, well, just give us the ball. Let us do that, outside you. I just felt like that happened a couple of times in the game where Tracy was sort of like, and Galvin been doing it as well, like, where he tries to like bust through that line. And obviously he did it against Manly. He got through. Critter did it yesterday late in the game, but he's trying to sort of like put a little bit more sort of exclamation on his role, with all those runs. But in the 20, I feel like sometimes, it's a bit too congested in there for him because he hasn't got that Fire-Longo sort of speed and acceleration. He's got good speed, but he doesn't have that same. So he's not going to. And because he's diminutive, it just takes sometimes one guy to put a grab on him, and he's going to stop him. So I felt like when I was watching it back, I felt like too many times he was going for that one on his own, where he could have been maybe looking just to keep giving it out to those centres, because the right side didn't get much at all. And a couple of times, he's hanging out right, and they weren't getting the ball to Tuala, then giving Karaz an opportunity, etc. So. But I
actually disagree. I watched the game twice. I actually 100% disagree. Look, and I know you're not being nasty or anything either. You're like you saw Birdo put up, and it would have been good if he got the ball out there. But I think it's a must-win game, and it's a situation where they need to take. I'd rather him take the spacing and get a quick play of the ball away, because Tracy over this year has actually struggled with his passes, and he's lost confidence through it. So for me, he will, and he's actually done a few passes as well that have been he has done some passes that have gone to ground. There was one or two last week. There was a pass against the Tigers that went to ground as well. Karaz had one and went to ground as well. I think he sort of come in. And Karaz has been roaming a bit as well, I've found.
Mhm.
They've had some plays set up for Jacob to come off the wing. But what I think with Tracy is that, look, I shouldn't say 100% disagree with you. I know what you mean. But I just think there's been the problem with our attack on our edges is that there's just been very little margin for error with how flat they've been. Like, I even go back to the Manly game last year, and we executed perfectly every pass along from right to left and left to right, just hit them. And we've sort of continued with similar attack like that at times, but we haven't always nailed it. And I think it's sort of, that's what probably gets into a couple of the guys' heads. And I think when they get in those situations, if they're not giving early ball and they've sort of got to do that, it becomes like it's got to be a tip on play, or the players are already up in the attackers' faces. And I watched those moments and I was like, yeah, there's a bit of pressure on there. I can understand why he's taken the tackle.
Should be just a link play, though. The passing that
think
you're
if
referring to, it should be just a link play, though. Not him trying to put someone through a gap. It should be more just the salmon job, like that link play where he's just getting the ball and just continuing it along the line sometimes, rather than trying to do those passes where he copped a few intercepts earlier in the year, or where he's trying to put someone through a gap. Doesn't need anyone can pass that ball, the simple, catch and pass. That's all we're asking of him. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't have to be that cutout pass or that short ball pass, or just get the pass to the players that have got the speed, have got the steps outside, and let them create something as well. When it's early in the tackle count and he wants to get that forward motion and then hit the line, get up with a quick play of the ball, that's fine. But there are times when, and the only reason I noticed it more because I focused on it. So if you watch it back and you focus on it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, that's what I have.
I focused on it, and I focused on that area because I saw, well, hang on a sec, what's he doing? And I'm like, okay, well, I know he's trying to avoid hitting that bad pass, which is what hasn't helped him this year. Even though, if you remember, I mean, he used to be a half, coming through the grade, so he knows how to pass the ball. But on confidence at the moment, he's probably not there for whatever reason. That's fine, happens. But fitness-wise, comfort-wise, he's back to his usual self, catching the ball. But maybe I'm just feeling like he just needs to get that a little bit earlier to our players who have got the, not all the time, but a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. And I think Birdo felt that at the time as well. As like, he probably felt it was an opportunity, which there would have been. It would have at least created a 3-on-2 or 2-on, yeah.
Look, I think it comes down to a little bit of lack of eliteness in him, and that's why. That's why they're up in the grill of our outside players. He's actually, most of these things are set moves, or moves that they're working to, and the fullback's a really important part of it. Now, I'd hate to say it, but if Stephen Crichton's wrapping around there as the fullback, or even Karaz, and they're going to be worried that they're going to take the space, they're going to hang off the center a little bit more, you know what I mean? And it's one of these things that's like, it used to happen to Kyle Flanagan all the time. It's like, you can run it if you want, mate. You can run it if you want. Connor can break through though, and I will say, as the fullback, he's doing so much work. He actually had a really good game, Connor. He was in our top 2 players on the field, in my opinion. Or sorry, top 3. I think Kikau and Critter get the points. And then there's and then you got your Maxi King and I've got Tracy up there. I thought Tracy had a really good game, especially with the stuff coming out. But there's a compensation to that. You've got, look, if he's elite, he's probably getting those passes. He's got a bit more freedom to do what he's got to do. Maybe they've just got to work their attack so that he can get that early ball if he does chime in and then continue to follow through. We go back to that game against Para where Tracy and Critter were just cutting up and Blake Wilson scores the winning try. That can happen again. But I think, it's just interesting that they're more worried about Burton or
Yeah.
they're more worried about. They're actually worried about Tuala now. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
they are. He's on
because
the
of his
radar now.
hard. And look, he added a wonderful
Mm.
game yet again. He played
Yeah.
really well yet again. Another one.
And he copped a few hits as well. He copped a few hits.
He
You know,
did. He did.
copped
So
a few hard ones. Yeah.
I probably went a bit hard saying 100% disagree. I just think there's a limitation there, and I just think there is a little bit of I don't think it's so much like if Burton's blowing up, obviously they were expecting to get the ball and didn't, so 100% right. But at the same time, I think we scored what is that the most tries we've scored in a game
This year,
all
yes.
season? 7 tries. So
yes,
bit of luck in a couple of them, but you know, you make your own luck.
you make your own luck. Absolutely.
How many teams have made their own luck against us this year?
Yep.
Fuck me.
We're in this situation because of that. You know, we would have been a bit higher up the ladder if it wasn't for that. So yeah.
Gas, do you want to go through some chats, mate? Because we've got about a pretty big audience on tonight. I didn't even realise it. So
Let's have a look, guys.
I shaved off the garden gnome beard so you can see. I wanted to show Shawnee Scary 69 or 79. My double chin.
No
So
worries.
there it is, mate. Here you can see it.
No worries. Yeah. Old fella Dave. Always great to tune in after a win. Thanks, buddy.
Up the dogs.
Okay. Spencer,
Yep.
Will and Felix Ride. Yeah.
Go the dogs.
These are the ones you mentioned earlier. So just put them on here, guys. Timmy enjoying the new intro that keeps changing. We added a few things to it this week as well.
He certainly did.
And the Storm are in the bin.
Double bin.
Double bin, guys.
Double
First
bin
time
and
this
triple
year.
bin.
First time this year we've beaten the same team twice. With 5 games to go this year, we're going to be playing 4 more teams that we've already played this year. So let's hope we can keep doing the double or reversing if we've lost to them earlier in the year.
Aki's got a cold, mate. It looks like he'll be trying to have tomorrow off by the look of it.
Aki's getting ready for the city to surf, guys. Wish him well. He's been training hard.
Oh, is he?
Yep, second year. G'day, Adrian. Great win. Can't do deep detail video on mixed Storm side with late changes. Couple that with Sutton officiating, and I think we played way better than most people. And I think you're right.
That's a really good point, Adrian. We played well, in my opinion.
One thing that I was actually very focused on at the game, and in the first half, the players were running towards where I was sitting, so they're running to the try line where we were running. We did a lot of defence in that first half, guys. So in the second half, we had long sustained periods of time where we were on our line defending. Now, some of those were Sutton and a few other things. There was one where Kikau had an awesome tackle on their front rower, and it was a dominant tackle.
Three of them.
There was one where he swung him down, had him on his front, and he's trying to get up, and he calls him slow and 6 again. Where that was a dominant tackle one-on-one.
Ridiculous.
I mean, they were ridiculous. So they kept getting all this attacking play, but we kept defending. And I think on the end of that one, Birdo gets the intercept when he passes it back to Birdo from Meany. But
I'm pretty sure
there might have been a couple. Yeah,
was the held up.
Yeah, there was a couple that was held up, and then there was a few other ones. He held him up as well near the try line, near the goalpost. But
in that one passage, he made 2 really important tackles.
Yeah,
and then saves a try. Like that's why.
And that's in the second half. That's in the second half where they were 8 behind when that was happening. But earlier in the game, when they were 6-0, and also when we were back to 6-all, and there was sustained times they were on our line, and our guys, they never looked like conceding a try, guys. They had that one shit kick, like that we got. Where Tracy was up in the line, and then Fa'alongo just was too quick with that really good kick that they scored from that second try. But really, and the third try they scored just before halftime, that was a pathetic 6 again that he gave them as well, just before that. So the defense that we had so many times holding them up was outstanding. So that game, I can understand Ciro saying that he was proud and happy the way they executed, because the way they still had attacking players. They've got a team, half the team in there has played grand finals and done all sorts. So a lot of people were trying to knock it down and saying we played a reserve team. They were not a reserve team, guys. They had a good team out there that we had to beat. You know, we couldn't just fall over the line against them. G'day, Dave. Great name to your podcast. Like Tubi, there needs to be an investigation. Sutton is too obvious. Yes, mate.
Sutton Storm.
Jazz, first time viewer, loving it. Well done. Thanks, buddy.
G'day.
Mr.
Thank you,
Incredible.
Jazz.
Yeah, mate. A lot of you couldn't wait for today, mate. We've all been waiting. Some of us have come a long way to be here. It would be nice to ban him from Dogs games. The only good thing is next week we won't have Sutton or Klein because they've both refereed the Bulldogs and the Roosters last week. So, look, shouldn't matter to us. We should be trying to beat the Roosters irrespective, but it would be nice if we can get Adam G for a change again. G'day, Lucas. Welcome, buddy.
G'day, Lucas, mate.
Justin
G'day.
French.
Hope you're feeling better, brother.
Yeah, that was a send-off for the Cup. Exactly. Sayed, g'day. The score was flattering for the Storm. One try when we had a rubbish sim. Well, they scored two tries, actually, because the second one that they scored,
right at the end,
Hayward was still standing on the sideline waiting to come on. So right at the end of it. So he came on for the kickoff. And the other two were from kicks. So you put it into perspective, it's actually a fair result against a desperate team trying to keep their season alive in front of their home crowd. So Kana, welcome.
welcome.
Rob Kappa, the Dogs have one of the best kickers in the comp. Why have they stopped using him? At least use him to get us out of trouble. It's like a drag racer having Nitro all hooked up. They haven't been needing him. If you look, we'll talk about the stats later, but our average run meters was 42 meters per set against Melbourne's 32 meters per set. So we haven't been needing to use him. You know, we're playing with the halves as the halves should play. If there ever has a time where the ball comes to him and there's a critter's tackle that's on his side, they'll give it to Birdo to kick it, but they haven't had to. The whole idea of the way they're playing is to set the halves up in it if they have to.
Nah, guys, they're not giving it to Birdo to kick deliberately.
They're not giving it to him, I'm saying to you. But if they had to, they could, but they haven't needed to. They're playing it like a normal halves, as if he's not there. That's how they're treating it.
The comment comes because on the commentary, they've been making a point of it, like when the Dogs are on their own 30, which has been a couple of times, and Critters kicked it, and then you had a Galvin kick that was sort of rushed, and he was sort of going for a 40-20 and nearly cost us a try, and because those sort of hectic kicks where they get them on the run, a danger with a player like that coming back at you. So that's what you got to try and avoid against. You got to get them high and up hard. I think, but they were basically saying like, and they actually spoke on behalf of Serrato as well. They're like, I just don't see the issue with Burton slipping into where Critter is and Birdo kicking the ball from there. And then now I think it was Brandy who had us on the weekend. Might have been. Was sort of whoever was there was saying, but Serrato's done the maths and you know they
in reference to the spiral bombs they're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. And then
he's done the maths, yes, and it's the benefits are not outweighing the positives. I think is what he's trying to say as well on those. Yeah.
I'm trying to say it, mate. So that's right. And he says he's done the maths and the benefits outweigh the blah, blah, blah. But then the other commentator said, no, just even the end over end kick that he does because it's so accurate and whatever. And I can see why the fans are raising this as an issue. But we have talked about this every single week. We have talked about this. They're trying to set up like this team is about development, and Serraldo himself is Critter's playing six. He's doing the kicking. Galvin's doing the kicking. Birdo, his job is to be the one chasing the kicks.
Chasing.
You know why? Because he's the fastest. He's the
Correct.
fastest back in our back line as
Correct.
well. So he's the one most likely to get there and put pressure on, which he has done, and it's actually worked out really well for us. Teams weren't all we were doing was kicking it up and then waiting for him to catch it and then smashing them, especially when we had Marcelo and all that out there. So what they're doing now is they're actually competing for the ball and trying to take a catch. And it's worked out well for us. We're getting a result sometimes. And even if we don't get a result, we're still pinning them where we're down there anyway and restricting their meters coming back. So that's why they're not doing it. And they also don't want to rely on it. I think it's 100%. And I said this a week or two ago. It's 100% about mindset. If you know that you can rely on someone and you've got that there and you can rely on it, you're going to, that might just be all it takes for Max King or Leo Thompson just to not make that extra fast play the ball, that split second less in what they do because they've got an excuse. I'm not saying that anyone has that mindset where they think that or believe that, but these things do happen. We're humans. Sometimes a shortcut appears and you take it. It's just obviously I've taken a lot of shortcuts in my life. But for some people, it's just the way it is. You know, not everyone is pedantic and 100% on everything they do. And people can think they are and say they are, but I know they're not. Sometimes if you've got the mindset, Critter's doing all the kicking and Galvin's doing all the kicking and they're the boys and they're going to get the ball up there for us. Okay, all right. And the more that Galvin kicks, the better he gets. The more that Critter kicks, the better he's going to get at it as far as where it needs to go. He has got a pretty long boot, just doesn't have the same elevation and velocity. And it's all about mindset, guys. And that's what it is. If they're going to rely on Birdo's boot, we'll go back to being dominated. We're starting. You just go look through the stats. The more that other kickers have been taking pressure off Burton throughout games, the better our run meters have been. Our possession has been pretty good. We're starting to get our completion rate higher again because it was going really bad during those losses and stuff. You know, all these things are going to mean that the two kickers that they've got there can do their job. Birdo can do his job as the centre and what they want him to do. And look, I think if it comes down to a semi-final or where there's no tomorrow, that's when, you know, from what Gas was saying, that might be a time where they go, yep, we'll use it because we need it. But I don't think they see. I know we need to win every game sort of thing.
It's a big change. Like if you're in the middle of a set and you realize you're being dominated, all of a sudden you have to make a shift. You say, oh, Birdo, we don't need you to chase down this one. We need you to come back and then Critter, whoever it is, has to. It's a big change to do in the middle of a set. So at the moment, they're playing.
It does change your line. It does change your line when you're running.
Yeah, correct. So at the moment, it's very hard for us to say, hey, let's just give it to Birdo to kick it, because then you've lost that centre who's bolting down the field to get ready for that, to defend that, whether it's on his side or not. All of these things, you can't just sometimes do them on a whim. So it's the way he knows he's not even looking for it. He's not even coming in looking. He knows his job is to be that guy that's running down and putting pressure on the fullback to take that catch as well. And if you notice, we scored a try where the one that Jethro ended up, coming back off his arm, and then it was a great pass by Birdo to Curran to score in the corner. That was an important try that put us in front. So that's the stuff that we need from him. It's great to have that bomb or whatever when we need it, but at the moment they're playing those halves as if you don't have that Birdo luxury because you don't need it anymore.
That's it.
And that's the thing. It's to all of a sudden in the middle of a set just shift it and say, give it to Birdo to kick it out. Then what happens to the guy chasing? Is Critter going to run down the field and chase? And then he's not. It's not that easy, guys. Just to all of a sudden just say, oh, flip it and off you go. Because look at that. Like Michael said, that one kick that he tried to kick for a 40-20, Waialonga caught it on the full, and then bang, he ran it 40 meters back up the field. It took Tracy the last line to get him one-on-one, and then we were backpedaling for that next set just to hold them out. So there is a method to the madness of the Dogs. It is a great thing, but when we were using Burton's kick as well, and in the last basically 2 years, it was because we weren't getting that yardage up. We didn't have the Leo Thompson, Max King runs out. We weren't getting all those attacking plays. So we had to rely on just kicking downfield, and then trying to wait for an error and grind teams out. We're playing different than that now. So, if we get to a game where it's a 50-50, we're behind, we need something to break, and they say, hey, throw one of your Birdo bombs up, that's a different story. That's a desperation. It could be in the semi-final. You need something to happen. But at the moment, it's working, guys. So I understand
14 points down, 20 to go.
Yes.
You need to change it up.
Exactly. So at the moment, like I said, the halves are playing as the halves. And Birdo's running. He like I said, mate, from 0 to go, mate, he's fast, guys. You see him when he gets the ball, bang, he's off. Or when he's running down the field, he's there. And he's a presence. And even if he doesn't make that tackle, he'll usually knock the guy about. So as soon as he tries to get up again, the next line of defense comes straight in and knocks him down, and you'll see that as well. Trevor, welcome. I was there with the family. Great crowd. Kids loved it. Yeah, it was awesome stuff. But a special shout out to the Storm supporters as well. Very, very respectful, very well behaved. Everyone I met, everyone I saw going to the game, and especially after the game, they were all congratulatory and everything. It was very, very good compared to some of the other crowds that we've dealt with in the past, guys. I will say that the Storm supporters were very, very, very good. So from that side.
Sorry, I clicked on that before. I'm not sure if you read it just before you did, Trevor.
Yeah, I know. So I read it. I missed it. So in the Finns Dragons game, they didn't allow taps after a penalty, but Sutton let the Storm do it all night. Regardless,
and one where they weren't even on side, so you had to bring it back.
Well, I've seen those basically turned over. Sorry, mate, you tapped it with the bloke in front of you. Turnover. So it's no different than when you're trying to tap off your 20 and you don't get it right. Like, you don't always come back and play it again. You don't get second chances all the time. So that was Sutton being a Sutton. So
next one.
G'day,
Snopsy.
Sutton doing his best. Yes, 100%. We can't get him again against. No, we won't be getting him next week. So that's good. Yes, Timmy, those cowbells are so loud, mate. And the mascot walks around with them, tapping them as well. They've got the speakers on him. You flew past me before the game, Gas, coming out of the supporters bay. Couldn't find you again. Oh, sorry, buddy. I was actually on the call with the cartel. That's why. So I was in the middle of a chat, mate, with all the boys. Went over and said hello to the boys in the supporters bay, then kept moving. And then I went down and caught up with the players when they came out to do their warm up. So,
So Curran warming up in front of you.
Yeah. Gave me
Did he say hello?
He gave me a handshake when he came out, which is unusual before the game, so that was all right. Dogs for life. The math says we can get the top 6. Yeah, let's hope so.
Actually.
Yeah. We scored along against the Sharks. Was it from the other side of halfway? Maybe. I mean, that was a disappointing game.
That was the one down the right edge where Critter scores backing up. It was a really good pass from Galvin, actually.
Sutton does his usual brand of crueling the Dogs. Yeah, look, we spoke about that in the last week, guys, leading up on Tuesday when we saw the teams, and we said we just have to take him out of the game, guys. And as much as he tried to do what he had to do, he made the game a closer game for them. But I'm really happy with the resilience our guys showed, because Serraldo prepared them for exactly what was going to happen, guys. And the other thing was there wasn't any refs the challenges in the game. No one went for a challenge in the game.
Yeah, I found that interesting. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was like getting a Quinella up, Sutton beating Sutton and the Storm in one game. 100%, Matty.
Yeah.
And hope you're feeling better too after this. Looks really painful, mate. So look, guys, we've got a bit of a community with the cartel. If you join the cartel, you've got a Facebook Messenger. We've got an Instagram one as well. But join the cartel or the Dogfather, you've got get access to that, as well as getting tickets into our spins. The next one will be a $200 limit, and it'll be to win one of the All Things Bulldogs merchandise, shirts or hoodies or whatever you want from there. You can pick one thing. I'll show the stuff later on, but thank you to everyone who's already purchased from there. We haven't made it available to everyone. It's there, but like we don't advertise it, so unless you sort of know the link, it's hard to find it. It's not on Google or anything like that, and we're doing that deliberately at the moment because there are some obviously. You got that Bulldogs fan who came on the other week and he's doing his competition. So you buy a T-shirt from him and the quality of those shirts are really pretty good. Nice feel, good fit. 4XL fits me and I'm a 5XL or a 6. And you get tickets in to win that round 27 corporate box 4-hour drinks package. I think there's food and everything in there. Yep. At a core against the Broncos in round 27. So that's a wonderful prize. And he's put up all the money. He's paid for that himself. So,
yep.
There's some nice shirts on there as well. So get out there and have a look. But, you know, I've listened to people like, you know, love certain players and want to see more fan sort of tribute stuff. And that's what we've done. And, so far it's been 100% positive feedback from everyone, which is awesome. Except Brian had to give his to his sister as a 90 because the 5XL, the Courage shirt 5XL in the US size is like a 7 or 8XL.
It's a 90.
Not in O'Neill's, but
it's a 90, mate.
Yeah, it's a 90. So, yeah, if you're a big fella, get a 3XL or a 4XL maximum. If you like a big, long, but yeah, most big fellas, if you're under 150, 140 kilos, you're not going to need a 5XL. Trust me. All right, Mr. Incredible. God, I love salmon. Yeah, I love tuna as well, but playing on the edge seems to really have toughened him up. He's big in the WARS game too. Yeah, well, look, that
his last month has been awesome. His last month's been awesome.
He's post-contact. So we did some stats. He's averaged for the last 5 weeks, 125 metres a game. He's averaged a 1 line break a game. He's had a couple of line break assists in there, a couple of try assists. He's tackling at about 92% efficiency, averaging 38 tackles a game. He's averaging 70 minutes a game in the last 5 weeks as well. So they're good stats. Like they're really good stats. Comment was made last week, like where they were sort of talking, or was it this week where they were talking about salmon? And he's one of Serrato's favourites. Sort of like they don't see it. We've always stuck by him on this show, and seen a couple of people, mate, who I keep, one thing you learn about me, it's a little bit childish, but I do keep receipts, and the club keeps receipts as well. And I think that some people love to say stuff and forget the shit that they say when they're angry, and then they sort of act like it was, I never said nothing bad. Seen a few of those comments come around. I've always backed salmon. I'm like, no, you haven't. I don't forget. I'm a little bit immature like that. It's like, you stick up with a family club. You stick by your family. Understand sometimes they'll let you down, but you stick by them always. Always. And right now, those players on the field are our family every time they run out there. And sometimes they let you down. Sometimes they make you very proud. And at the moment, they've given us that hope again. And the Roosters are going to start. I wonder what the early markets are on the Roosters Bulldogs game. I might have a look at it. I reckon we'd be at least $2.50. You can keep going through the chats, Gas.
No worries. We're probably over $3, I reckon. Good to hear the boys. Good to hear the boys support the fans. Yeah, they were. They were very appreciative of us being out there. 90s kids love the show. With the Birdos shifty centre, they seem to be taking the kicking duties completely off him. We've just had a chat about that, I think, after you've messaged as well. So hopefully you were able to tune into that one. The 2 under-19s Queensland reps that have debuted have a huge future. Yeah, mate. And they were, I think, one thing, if you watch that game, guys, you would have seen something in the Melbourne performance they tried to bulldog the Bulldogs. And what I mean by that is they went kick like a offload crazy to start the game. They absolutely dominated us in the offloads, which hasn't happened to us for a long time, especially since, Karaz came back and then since Kikau's been out there. We've been offloading more than any other team, and especially in the games we've been playing. But they took that strategy against us, and at times we found it very hard to control them. But we did, I think, very well considering. But they created a lot of second phase play against us as well. And I think you would have seen when we go through the stats, you would have seen they would have dominated the offloads against us. And I've also got the halftime stats on that as well. You'll see that. But yeah, they did play with a lot of confidence, Timmy. And those players that you're talking about, Timmy, they've played schoolboys, they've played all sorts of stuff. So there's some future stars they've got there as well.
So we're $3.20 at the moment, and the Chooks are about $1.35.
There you go. So that's good, guys. That's good for us. The Dogs are the underdogs. Love it. Ibrahim, welcome. Good win for the Dogs. Let's keep winning. Yes, we can keep controlling our destiny. The penalty he gave with Critter, then off the back, he gave a 6 again on the 4th when Thompson was dominated in the tackle. I think they score off the back of it. I mean, just some of them were disgusting, guys. Absolutely disgusting. Like,
the one where Critter's going on with the tackle, that was ridiculous.
That was a rubbish call. Rubbish call.
Absolutely rubbish.
There's no way even if he called Hill, it was a wrong call. Like whatever he's done it was a joke. The only reason he gave a penalty against us because Failunga came in and started pushing Critter. That's the only reason he gave a penalty. Because it was like, oh, what did I miss? What's going on? So yeah. So
that's the clip I showed of the crowd.
Yep.
We are believing again. G'day, Arthur.
Yeah.
Brian, the girls definitely didn't deserve that score. They were better than that. They certainly were. I love the contact. I loved the way they started setting up their first sets and everything like that. They look like a much more professional side. And look, Taylor Preston, although could do it with a little bit more speed, I think she's starting to get fitter. I'm seeing her. She is one of the genuine halves in the comp. And when you got that, look, our team's got some good little young players as well. And we've got a lot of players that had talent that suffered a lot of injuries coming through that we've given an opportunity to. So hopefully if we can keep all those players fit and doing well, that this women's side will won't lose confidence out of that scoreline and actually have some good games against some of these other teams. And who knows, maybe scrape into a finals or something. There's still a chance. There's still a big chance.
And we did, just for perspective, we did play the team that's won the grand final and also undefeated this year as well. So they are the benchmark at the moment, guys.
And should have had his players sent off.
Correct, yes.
Which we could have won if that had happened.
Canterbury for life, yes. We need Melbourne to beat Manly next week. Yeah, we'll get to that later, Timmy. But yeah, there's a few things we want our way, irrespective of our result, just to keep us moving up and giving us, room for a fall. How good is Rinakama running the ball out of yardage, always bending or breaking the line? And not only that, guys, look at the confidence he's got.
He's playing some footy. He's playing footy.
He's got the confidence to look outside him as well and pass the ball as well. It's if he's coming from inside or he's actually really got the confidence. And, even the way he attacks the ball now in the air, everything about what he's doing, guys, for a 20-year-old to have that confidence and to bounce back after the first half against Canberra has been amazing. And, he's had a great season and, he is definitely someone who's got a great future with us. And I think they highlighted it the other day, guys. He played Chester Hill. He's come through the ranks. He's a Bulldog junior. Everything about him is
Mick
blue
Cool
and white.
Went to school with Mick Cool, McHale.
There you go.
Look, we gave Jeff Rowe that big rap last week, the way he's come back as well. So we'll continue to rap him. But he showed all of that last week where he's trying to link up and play some footy. He's finding plays. He's trying to get on the outside. He's actually pinning the ears back. And, what did you get from some people when he was coming back to team? Oh, Jethro's slow. He's slow because he had one game where he was probably a bit busted
cramping up, and
couldn't get back and turn and chase. But the thing about this kid, he's not just a winger, he's a winner, and he's always played above and beyond. And
he won the Harold Bats, and he's had
ball
great
finals.
success. But even that try he scored, guys, don't think that's just a simple catch and pass. That ball was touched on the way through. He had to juggle it, regather it, and then still sprint the last few meters and get the ball down before he got barreled over the sideline. So that was still great skill and confidence to get that down.
Carraz's try was really good too. Just going off script, but Carraz's try off that was off the scrum, I think. On the right edge, that was really good. He had a lot of work to do, and just
Carraz didn't score the try.
Or was that last week?
Yeah, no, he didn't score a try yesterday. He had one in the corner that he put his foot on the sideline. That's it.
Oh, that was last week. He got the try.
Yes,
that was
the
last week.
Got the try in the corner. Yeah,
in the second half. Fucking hell.
Correct. Yeah, it's all right, mate. It's all right. We'll
cut that out. Whoever's doing this,
the edits.
Someone come and chop that out.
It's all right. We've got you back, mate. We've got you back. What happens with Cherry not playing Cup? We spoke about that on Tuesday. He wasn't picked for any of the grades this week. So I'm not sure. Not sure what's happening with it, Charbel.
Oh, I think against Melbourne and that maybe.
Yeah.
Might have something to do with it. But we don't know. But I would suggest there is an issue with like an injury or something. Sutton's still on grudge from. There he is, Arthur.
That's it. Forever, mate. Forever. We're looking forward to the day that he has a Buzz Rotsfield and he has a retirement, guys. So when they say Critter's the halfback, it's his communication mostly because he's barking instructions. Yeah. Look, whatever they're doing, guys, it's working. And I'll tell you what, there's things that Critter did yesterday that not knocking him, but SOS couldn't do as well. So Critter's just taking his game to another level all the time. You know what I mean? So, and that's what you want from that kind of player, that captain. You know, there's times when you need him to step up. You know, his defensive, you know, how he, you know, was, you know, working on our line a lot of times as well and getting up there. But that attack, you know, he gave that great short ball to Salmon off the kick-out break. And again, another pass for another try. Like he's just really owning that position and making it his own at the moment. And it's working for us, guys, because if you look at the record of the last sort of 10 weeks, and I know he hasn't been there that whole time, but the only game that we lost was the one where he came off injured, and that was another sudden, you know, smashing. And Critter could have had 3 try assists in the first 20 minutes, guys. So it could have been a different story as well. So
I always look at it like that. When we go back, it was actually Galvin had one of those. But,
that's all right. That's all right.
But he still would have. Look, we would have scored, and then he would have got another couple anyway.
Exactly.
The thing is, Critter is. I think it's also noticeable that, like, the speed that he scores that try at the end with shows that he's probably enjoying not having to do as much of that bullocking running as well.
Yeah.
Maybe doing a little bit more defense, but they're going to run at Galvin more than they're going to run at Critter, which is what they do. So he's probably not having to make us.
And he doesn't miss much either.
No. Good to see Tiko Manu go bouncing off Galvin when they tried to say was that a shoulder charge. I like it when Vossi's actually trying to look for stuff the other team are doing wrong, but there was nothing wrong with that.
Right? That was ex-teammates, that one.
Yeah. But Lockie had a really good game. But Critter, I think he's enjoying the fact that when he took that run, like, he showed really good acceleration for that try.
Yes.
So having that petrol in the tank's going to be important too. I just think, look, halfback's a much harder position than 5'8". That's proven.
Look, there was a couple of little things as well. Like, for me, one of the disappointments that was when Hayward was off Salmon had no fault to his own. He threw a good pass to Galvin that he knocked on. He just looked up a bit too early.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was just a
that
simple. That was
happens.
just. But the other one for me was
Happened
first game back
17
after.
times today, Para
Yeah.
versus West.
Oh, don't even go there. That was hard to watch. But then the other one that happened coming off our line, which was disappointing to see, was Kurt Mann dropping that cold sitter. And that was first game back after a few games as well. It can happen, but
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, go for it.
There's actually some good stuff to come out of watching the game. It's from Serrato's press conference. Josh Curran and Kurt Mann hadn't won a game in Melbourne. Or for
Correct.
Kurt, it had been 11 or 12 years or something since he'd won a game there. I think he was playing there, playing for the Storm when they last won a game, when he last won a game in Melbourne. People need to understand that, well, they don't need to, but there's something to consider here is that for these players, overcoming things like that is hard, even in a team sport. It can mean so much to you. You know, so I come here we all know as fucking fans, like if I wear my white Bulldogs undies that I made myself on a home game, we win at something like 84% in the last couple of years. if I'm able to wear those, if I use a certain type of deodorant, if I brush my teeth a certain way, if I put this sock on before the other one, you know, all this sort of stuff has to go right on the day. So can you imagine when you haven't won in an area for that many years? And we've seen it with hoodoos, man. We've seen teams that have risen and other teams have fallen, but they go to that ground and play that team, even though they might be coming first, that team might be coming last. They can't beat them because of the hoodoo or whatever. These things are hard to overcome. And I think when Kurt Mann knocked that on, I reckon there's a fair bit of that. Not just the fact he's fatigued and he's come back from injury and all that sort of stuff.
Well, he only played 18 minutes, which is okay. Like that's first game back. He came straight back in the team. There was no discussion there. It was fine. But that was, like you said, that was just an aberration. You know, and that's something that I haven't seen him do before, and you probably won't see him do again. Yeah, it took some hard runs and everything.
Some tough runs straight up the middle.
Yeah,
which was good.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Harry Hayes as well because Matty's going to mention him in a moment. But yeah, Josh Curran had never won there. Never.
Yes.
So you could see when that try that he scores, and Josh is such a good bloke. He's probably thinking, "Oh, I've done the arrow, and now it's not going to count for Jai." You know,
he's like, "Where is it? What's going on? Where's the result?"
Yeah. But like that, it just meant so much to the guys, and there was a lot of nervous energy in that game. 100%. JB probably was saying that early. I think I argued with him because I was angry. But I think he was saying, it's as if we're afraid to win, or we're trying not to lose or something. And I was like, nah, they'll be right. It's all Sutton. But let's talk about Harry Hayes. That's Harry would know that we're not used to seeing Harry Hayes get driven back further than when he caught the ball on 3 occasions in a game. Like, I'm not used to that. Was that because of his ear? Look, it might be. He had a lot of padding on it. I'm sure it would be sore. Probably would have been sorer than when it happened. He's wearing headgear, which he normally doesn't wear. Probably never worn it in his life. I don't know if he wasn't feeling up to it or if there was anything else.
There's a big injury, like there was a big cut, so like there is a bit of apprehensiveness that you're just going to have. It's potentially the vision through the helmet as well is not easy sometimes when you're looking around. It takes time to get used to it. So there were a lot of little factors, and he's trying to ease his way. He's worried that someone's going to come and clobber him there because even when he took the helmet off and he came over after the game, you could see he had this massive big patch on there as well. Yeah. So it was pretty. But he came to his family there, and it was giving a few hugs and kisses and stuff and everything. So nice just to relax and happy to get the result. But yeah, it's the apprehension when you've got that injury, guys. Like you don't know. It's until you're in that position, it's not easy just to front back up again and play the same. But thankfully he wasn't required as much. He did his job, but he wasn't required as much. Yeah,
he got in there and tackled and stuff, and he got caught out of marker when Hitchie scores that try. But I think.
Do you wonder, would he rather make the tackle and go to the bin, or what's the story with that? I mean, do you give it a try? Do you let them score?
I honestly don't
You
know.
know what I mean? That's
to
the thing, right?
be honest, I think the other four players that, including I think it was Kickow and Tracy and Hayward.
Yeah. Well, Hayes got stuck, and then Tracy got in behind him, so he got stuck behind him as well. So
yeah, it was just a calamity, but
yeah,
it shouldn't have happened like that anyway. That's just a result of all the fucking bullshit that Sutton was doing at the time, forcing us into repeated efforts and allowing them to just cheat in the ruck, both with and without the ball. The other point, I just forgot about it, which sucks. So we'll go to the next question. So Paulie, Galvin doesn't have the experience to bug instructions yet with authority. Look, I think Galvin's he's getting 70-something touches a game, Paulie. So I would suggest that he's doing a fair bit of talking out there, I would suggest. And I know Tracy's doing a lot of talking. The whole team does a lot of talking. If you really watch them, they're very the whole team knows they must communicate and do it properly. It's just the issue was players like Matty struggle in that space, and same with Kicks. He's never been a big communicator himself. Having to, like, he didn't learn English till he come over here to play. He's had to sort of learn it.
That was the equal lowest amount of touches that Galvin's had this year.
Yeah.
So 50 touches. That was the equal lowest for him. Where the last few weeks he was averaging 66, 72, 76. But this was 50 touches he had yesterday or on Friday. So that was the equal lowest that he's had for the season for us. So just the way that the game was played. I mean, and we were dominated in the first half possession. Even though we were 16 all, we were 54%, 46 possession against 54. So the only good thing was for us that we made it count when we got good possession down on their try line. We generally got the result and scored those tries when we were down there. So, but he did his job, and he was running like a locker or a second rower at times. Just taking those good hard yards and making some good meters. So,
I think his percentage of touches would be relative.
Yeah.
But I think that was the point there, that it was the lack of possession and just the way it went. We were scoring tries, as you said.
Well, the left side was the one that was dominant. Most of everything that we did happened down the left. Our right side didn't get many points at all. So that was just the way that it was. And when something's working, it was like the previous time, guys, we played against Melbourne. It was all the Cherry and Birdo show. So when it's working, you just keep going to it until it's not. You know what I mean? So that's what was happening. We were doing enough, and on the right side, defensively, we were awesome. Like, Preston dominated the tackle count for the game from the right side because he was defending their left side. So the game was just played that way, and it just worked that way for us. So it was good. That they won.
Salmon had a lot more touches than he'd been having recently as well.
He only played 62 minutes, and he still managed 38 tackles as well, guys. So it was a great effort by Salmon as well. That's just the stuff that you don't even see, which is what all the players always know and always appreciate and love. Why every team needs to have those Salmons guys. They need to have those kinds of players just behind under the radar doing their job.
Yeah, well, he had 11 more touches than he had the week before. So
there you go.
And we had a lot more possession the week before.
Say it. How about Leo 6 again, where he moved about 2 meters off the mark, and Leo tried to push him back, nearly broke the TV, but Sutton needs to be investigated. Yeah, Leo's
got his hands on the sort of rightfully allowed. He's got his hands sort of tangled up, and he's trying to get in front of him to marker, and he just kept pushing
Yeah.
and pushing and pushing. Like, what's he supposed to do? And then you got people commenting saying, well, and I get it. Leo's being stupid and dumb and whatever. And I get that, but
Yeah.
he wasn't being stupid and dumb. It was
Correct.
the ref should have stepped in and stopped what the player with the ball was doing, and he didn't do it. Just like against the Raiders, he didn't put him in the bin for deliberately just laying all over the ruck and deliberately giving away 6 agains on the first and second tackle. And then typically for us, when he's penalising us for giving a 6 again,
Late in the tackle count.
it's tackle 4, tackle 5,
Yeah.
tackle 3.
There was one where, if you
Repeated
remember, around the halfway line, Galvin, last tackle, the guy wouldn't let go of him. He couldn't play the ball. And then he's waiting like for the 6 again at the end of it. Like, if that's not a 6 again, then I don't know. Just because it's last tackle, they were receiving those, we didn't. And he locked him up and wouldn't let him go. So frustration there. Member for 8 months. There you go.
G'day, Dak Rupted. How are you, mate? How does Sutton get away with it?
Only say what you want your enemies to hear. Yeah.
That's it.
So you could swap Galvin and Critter's numbers on the back, and they would play 100%. You can change the numbers on the back; they're still going to play the same way. So don't worry about what's on the back.
I know this is what we're trying to tell the Touchline podcast who are going on last year. They're going, oh, finally he's put Galvin to number 6 in the semi-final against Penrith. And Toby played with number 7 on his back, but Galvin
tore it up.
Was the dominant player both sides of the ruck.
Exactly.
He played halfback.
Mm.
It's like, if you're going to talk about this shit, at least get the fundamentals right.
Yeah.
Like, at least don't be so obtuse in the way that you look at it. It's the same when they do the team list and then they do late changes. It's like, oh, he's, just for an example, that Tay Cochrane gets named at halfback because he fills the spot that was left empty on the team list.
Yeah.
And they had Cade Dykes at 1 and Joey Taupa at 6. Well, we knew Tay, though, was going to go play fullback. Cade was going to move to 5'8", and Taupa was going to play 7. But you get people going, oh, Tay Cochrane's playing halfback. That's why are they putting him in half? Isn't he a fullback? It's like, no, it's just the team, guys.
Right.
Just makes it easy. One comes in, another one's out. It was good. Broden Cons actually played as well. He played off the bench.
That's it. Came in late, yeah.
So,
Galvin's looking more like a lock in Subox's opinion. G'day, Lockie. Welcome, buddy.
G'day, Lockie.
Critter's really good at identifying weaknesses on the run outside the structure or game plan and going at it. Look, and that's experience, guys. That's what it comes down to. Like, those players know when to go hit the go button and when not to, and who to go at. So, but the biggest thing for us, guys, is having our settled team. We're only missing Tupanua, who hopefully could be back this week, but having that settled team now for the last how many weeks, we've had the similar team, and we've had our best players back. You can see the difference, guys. We haven't had that the whole year. We had so many changes in and out, injuries, whatever. It was always broken up, and people were not worried about us when we were losing. Every team has injuries. Well, it affected us, obviously. Now that we've got a settled team, these things are going to happen. So, you get the best players out there. You get everyone doing their job, and they're going to expose other teams in these areas.
All right, let's go through the stats, guys, quickly, and then I want to get and talk about who's going to drop out of the side.
See you next time. Don't forget to watch the rest of it when you're up tomorrow.
Who was that? Dave Mead?
No, that was EJ's.
No worries, but brother, you can watch the rest of it tomorrow or whatever.
G'day, Showy. A bit late, mate. You've got a late pass, buddy. I'll make sure you send it through, mate. Thank you.
All right, have we got that up on the screen? Let's make us smaller. Here we go. All right, guys. So the team stats, just going through it quickly. we ended up 50-50, so we did a good job wrestling that back in the second half. Still 2 minutes less with the ball, but that's because we're scoring a lot. Completion rates 76% each. Less runs than them, but made 200 meters more, way more post contact. 9 line breaks to 4, tackle breaks 38 to 32, 10 more meters per average set, and kick return meters better than theirs as well. Play the ball speed, comes out looking good for both sides, as if Jerry's had a good game. Offloads 15-8. So, as Gas pointed out, they had double the offloads. And that's that first half, they were just offloading everything, trying to
8-4
unsettle
in
us.
the first half. 8-4, yeah.
8-4. We had more touches of the ball, funnily enough. Total passes, 22 more. A lot more dummies thrown by the Bulldogs this week than usual. Connor Tracy doing a few of those. Kicks 18 to 17. More kicking meters. Forced 1 dropout to their 2. Diffused 50% of the kicks. 6 bombs. 4 grubbers. Similar overall. Effective tackle, winning that stat as we have been. 32 missed tackles. 327 made. And 21 ineffective.
So the second half, so the missed tackles, they had 26 missed tackles in the second half against our 11.
There you go.
So we tightened up in the second half by a long way.
Very good insight. Penalties conceded. They won the penalty count. So they only gave away 4. We gave away 8. And he pinged us 4 times for ruck infringements to their 3, which was absolute criminal. And we talked about that a lot. Some of the top player stats. Preston knocks Bailey Hayward, who's had, I think, a 4 or 5 week run streak. Sorry,
10 minutes.
streak.
10 minutes in the bin would have hurt him.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously Presto is the one who'll come in and step it up. Salmon did a pretty good job going into hooker.
Yeah.
Jethro, as we talked about, great work. 2 line breaks for him as well. 74 fantasy points for Presto, who is reported by Isaac Issa, who's a Bulldog supporter. That it looks like he will be
close
to signing. So doing a bit of speculation around that. Look, I think the Dogs can fit a lot of their current players into their squad. I reckon I think Presto would be getting I think they'd be giving him a 4-year deal, or they might even be the option where they make it a bit longer. But I think 4 years seems to be the maximum that they give players at our club. And Gus has always done them in 2 and 4 a lot of the time. I think you'll get a 4-year deal. I think it'll be in the vicinity of similar to what Kikau and that are on. And the reason we can do that, so it sort of doesn't matter, because you'd have Critter on one, he'd be on 1.1 million, $1 million, maybe with a percentage of the cap to increase as the cap increases. Now, what annoys me about Brent Reid is he makes out that Matt Burton's already on $1 million, and that was never ever reported. Because I remember it being mentioned that we don't have any $1 million players. I think our number one's on 800 and something. So I think Birdo's on about 850 right now. Kikau, you'd say, would be on about the similar to what he was on. He's not getting younger. I reckon they would have given him a similar amount. You got Satili Tupanua on 650. Leo came here for less, so he took less than what the Raiders offered and less than what Newcastle offered. So he was reported on the vicinity of between 825 and 850, something like that. Connor Tracy's only on about 500 and has great utility value, as well as playing, running elite meters and doing elite. The fullback of the best defensive side of the previous 2 years, who over the last 7 or 8 weeks is probably close to the first or second best defensive side in the comp over the last 7 or 8 weeks. So, you know, we're saving a lot of money from him. Our hooker, Bailey Hayward, I have no idea what he's on, but I wouldn't expect it's over 400 grand. We know Max King because Buzz had a big carry on about it, that the fact that, we signed Lachlan Galvin for 750 and poor Max King, he's only getting about 350. Well, he seemed to know what Max was on. But I would suggest he's not on much more than that. And then who else have you got? You've got, Matt Burton's going to poor Connor Tracy because Burton's going to play fullback. Lucky Birdo didn't play fullback. He'd need to get 1.3 million. But what I'm saying is that we've probably, our edge back rowers, instead of having one that's getting like 800 and the other one getting like 5 or 6, we've got 2 that are worth 800 or 900 grand each. And we've got the critter who play in centre was on $1 million, but a captain and a goal kicker. Birdo, former captain, goal kicker, playing 6, now moved to centre. So then you look at the elite spines of the best teams in the comp, and our spine still comes in under way less than theirs. So it sort of evens itself out. Well, you can sort of think that they can, you know, not have to break the bank to keep these players. And I also believe there is a bit of loyalty there, and there is a lot of mateship there. Look, I can understand with Josh Curran being on about 500 grand. Like, although Josh, his form's been elite on that edge, Kickout had 10 minutes off. Curran scores a try playing left edge. Not sure what happened there either, Gas. I'm not sure if you saw what happened with that. It sort of went up, completely flew under the radar, or I just didn't hear the commentary on it properly. But you'd understand why Josh sort of is the one that sort of had to sort of move on. But he's not far off being an elite edge back rower, and he's done a really good, tough, hard job for us in the middle when we've needed it, and can play lock as well. So,
yeah.
And then you've got players like Salmon are only on 300 and something, and Kurt are only on about that. And then what we're also doing is bringing through the Jethros, bringing through these kids.
AJs and Underhills.
The AJs, obviously not, you know, not on big contracts and not getting paid much. And then, you know, we can always readjust, as they say with Gus all the time. So, sorry that took a lot to get through, but that's the sort of stuff we want to talk about. People sort of go, how can we fit in all these things? And then you get the commentators saying, overinflating some people and then making out that we're in cap trouble with others. And it's like, no, I think we're going all right with our cap. Obviously, it's running closer to 100% than it was. But they were forward paying players, from what I heard, to make the 95% there for a couple of years. So a lot of discipline is in our cap, and that even if it's not quite as balanced as they would have wanted it, it's a huge piece of work from where it was to where it had to get to. Going through player stats, though, the whole back line, all running over 130 metres. Galvin, 124. Now, Critter only 56 metres, but scores 2 tries.
Quality.
He's and his combination with kick out is becoming lethal. You have to say it.
Yep.
Look,
we said that before he came back. We said that the Penrith combination, like back together again, was going to be dynamite, especially with Birdo outside them as well.
And that's what
a grand final winning combo. Yeah,
it is. And you've got, but just the position, like, it's been funny because Critter's been on the inside of Kickout on both of those offloads and ended up getting the ball on the left-hand side after, the whole play slowing down. Like they're looking out for each other. They know it's on.
There's a big call there from Rhett, mate. There's a big call there from Rhett.
What's he done?
Listen to, you can read his comment with his donation.
Oh, thank you, Rhett. You're Critter on dad strength mode. I predict he dedicates his Clive Churchill to his daughter. Clip this comment. Clip it.
That's it, guys.
Critter will dedicate his Clive Churchill medal to his daughter.
His newborn,
beautiful daughter.
That's three tries. 3 tries since she was born in 2 games.
That's it. She's and he has an unbreakable faith as well. He believes that he's being well looked after, and that's must. It does, faith is good for people.
Yeah.
Rhett, thank you very much. Rhett was on, went and watched the game at the pub at the Albion. It's good to see him there, watching the game, and that's what we'll do in our cartel. We'll have a few little video hookups before some games and catch up and have a laugh. Got to see Brad as well. Brad had his kids there watching. So
for those ones who are on, guys, that they got to go behind the scenes and saw the doggies training and getting ready. So the internet was good down there for a crowd. It was all right. I think we should catch up on some chats, Michael.
All right.
Arthur's saying that
that's I
Sutton
said that
hated, and Brian agreed as well. They tried to take that off us, but at the end of the day, there was one zoomed in angle that showed it when it landed on his arm. It came back and it didn't touch the defender as well, and that was the one that they ended up giving the try on because Sutton was just waiting for that. The other one that I'll mention quickly, there was an offload that King threw near the halfway line that was touched by the Storm and then picked up by the Storm, and they were waving and waving, saying it should be 6 again. That's it, that was an offside. And then we actually tried to give the penalty on the tackle, and Sutton refused to give them the penalty.
Yeah.
They were trying to hold him down. They want to challenge it. That's why. Yeah. So they were waving to that.
Clip that.
Yep. And the other one was the one where Leo was trying to get out of the end goal, and he put the ball, if you remember, over the line. Then he dropped it. Well, the player that picked it up was offside, and he just gave them a scrum. He was in front of the kicker, no different than what he gave a penalty against us with Presto in the corner. It
was offside. Penalty try, isn't it? I don't know.
Well, he picked it up from professional foul anyway.
Thanks, Tony.
Bailey's one of the more disciplined players in the team. That call was disgraceful. Yeah, mate, we agree. And maybe that final decision on the Jethro sort of knock back was because he knew that he couldn't award the forward pass on the other one. He should have just called it a knock on. Ball was lost forward. That's it. Should have said it was lost forward and ended it there. Then Bailey wouldn't have gone to the bin. Walking off the mark, it was disgusting, guys. 100%. Yeah, we all agree. With the play of the ball, I've heard them say that if the ref will allow you to correct it and make an effort, if you step on it. Well, there you go. If you step on it, mate. So
no, it's Brandon Lee, not Brandon Pearson.
Yeah, Brandon Lee, mate. Yeah, that's it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's a few
not
there.
Jamie. Yeah, Brandon Lee, Matty. Bulldog Mike. He's all got it right.
Jamie Feeney.
No, it wasn't Jamie. It was Lee.
Sutton was so disappointing. The bunker called. He wasn't happy, mate. He wasn't happy. He was getting ready just to do his little bullshit, but that didn't come.
Brandon Pearson didn't even play for the Dogs, I don't think. Maybe for one season, but I doubt it. He played at West.
He played at West, yeah. Kick-out's dominant tackle on Stefano gives the Storm repeat set. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Bullshit.
Timmy, I agree. Didn't have a problem with how the game was reffed apart from the sin bin. I think you're watching a different game there, buddy.
Paulie, this is what I mean, mate. Like you offer a lot of. Sorry, I'm gonna debate you right here from your comment from an hour and 15 minutes ago. Mate, watch how the game is played. If one team's allowed to fucking around in the ruck and the other team's not. You've got to have a problem with what the ref's doing. Serrato doesn't come out against the refs. People try to make out he has been, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He's not going to come out like that based on a couple of dodgy little 50-50s. He's sitting there. He's like, he couldn't believe what he was seeing. The cheating that was going on. And trust me, look, I don't know how Gerard Sutton keeps his job this week. I really don't. If there's any sort of credibility in the game. But see, for a lot of people, you know what they take away from, the average fan takes away from that? Oh, Jethro Rennie-Khamer's knocked the ball on. How did they award that try? That's what the average fan would have taken out of all that, unfortunately.
But that wasn't even Sutton's call.
Just as a neutral, I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what are you whinging about?
We need the Eels to beat the Storm and the Cowboys over the next 2 weeks. We're sitting on the same points as those teams. And we play the Rabbitohs the week after as well. So we've got
the hardest run, by the way, guys.
That's good.
For the other teams, every game that they play is winnable. If they play well.
Had so many looks at the current try. The players needed a warm up before the play. Yeah, it was nearly 5 minutes. It was crazy.
They had so many looks. They had so many looks at all of our put downs.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
and that's the problem. Critter was just so well rested before the kicks. He had too much time to think about it. That's why.
Tony. Go back to Tony Brenton Speed.
Yeah.
Yep. Brenton Speed I reckon I rate Brenton Speed. I think I rate him better than anyone at Fox. He's my favourite at the moment. He gets me excited. He's good. They need to hire him and get rid of Thompson. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'd rather Ray Hadley than fucking Thompson.
Yes. Sutton had his fingerprints all over any momentum the Storm had. Yeah, 100%.
G'day, Luca Logos.
Not feeling good about our upcoming Roosters. Well, if you look at the this week's result, then it's an obvious thing, but you can only play that level so often. There's a reason why no one scored 80 points for 91 years, guys. It's not that easy to do. So there has to be the letdown effect. And also, they've also got a big showdown with Penrith the week after. So let's see how much energy they put into our game. Let's see. Joey wouldn't shout about Hayward not running and Carraz needs to be fullback. I wanted to throw stuff at my TV. Yeah, Brian, he did go over the top about that, mate. And he also was going on about they should be doing that set play of the kick for Fa'alogo. Every set, every time they're down there, every time you'll score. You'll score every time. Do that play. Connor Tracy needs a half to bring him on into the attack. Tracy's been struggling with the sweep play. That's why he ends up going himself, runs sideways. I reckon change his role, maybe push through the middle like Teddy does.
He's been doing well. He did a lot more left play the last few weeks than he has been.
Yes, yeah.
Was doing it all on the right.
Yep. Was Harry Hayes?
So they're evolving his involvement.
Correct. Yep.
Hopefully and the good thing, and this is what Critter's saying, we have got a lot of improvement.
Sure.
Hopefully it's clicking well enough to keep us getting the wins we need and to have us spot on for the finals.
And don't forget, like some of these comments, guys, that you guys are asking now, we're a bit behind. So we've already answered some of these. We spoke about Harry Hayes as well.
Yep.
So we'll keep going. Yep. Hi, guys. Go the Doggies and the Storm are in the bin. Yes, Lorenzo. Zach, welcome. I can finally sleep now that Preston is going to re-sign. So happy now. We just need to lock down Birdo.
Yep,
guys,
nice.
it's all a work in progress. It's like well before November 1. These things take time. There's a lot of discussions and manager stuff. So let them sort that out in the background. Don't worry about the media trying to create a storm about it. That's all. What a win. Yes. Awesome. The Critter kicks combo is looking top shelf. Birdo's looking so good now as a result.
That's it,
Everyone's playing to their potential. Guys. Couldn't believe Tuala got collared. So unlucky. Yeah, he was almost away there. Almost away. Love the new look, Mick. There you go.
Accidentally. Have accident with the shaver, and I had to take more off than I wanted, but there you go.
That's all right. Mario, welcome. Good evening. Kickout's offload. Yeah, how good was that, guys? That was a little bit of a wrongin in there, or a flipper. The way he flicked it and it spun it out with his hand in the other way. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, flicked it out the backhander. The whole team lifted. Yes. Where does this issue with Sutton stem from? It seems he's our kryptonite.
James Graham.
Yeah, look, it's long-standing, guys.
Before that, it wasn't as bad.
Just one of those things, guys.
That whole game was a sham, though. They fucking
please don't go back to that game. We don't have another 8 hours to talk about that. No, it's all right. It's going to be a hard game. Yeah, that's the best way to, guys. Leading into the finals, that's the games we want, guys. Don't make me run full of chocolate. Sutton needs to go to Specsavers. I think we should start a GoFundMe page for someone to buy him a guide dog. No, don't waste your money on him, guys. Seriously. Teddy in a moon boot, 2 weeks syndesmosis. Is that true or not? From that injury pop the other day.
Brathing's weight through, which, trust me, this kid's good.
Or they might stick with Cody.
They'll probably go with Cody Rand.
I think they'd go with Cody because he's lightning on his feet and he had a good game the second half as well.
I reckon he's going to get a good contract, Cody, maybe somewhere else.
Yeah, look, and good luck to him, mate. He suffered for a long time, so it's awesome to see him out there. Kicks and Birdo coming in. The kicks from Birdo are coming in the semis, all part of a plan. Okay, shall we? Let's see. Hey, what's going on here, mate? A bit late, buddy.
Thanks, Mark.
A bit late. Just because your mate Jethro played well, all right? What are you doing? Having a catch-up coffee with him or something? Yes, it is at Allianz this week, guys. That's right. Our kicks have changed because Birdo's chase and complete.
That's right. They brought him into the game with it. That's why he's not kicking.
That's it.
Yeah, Tuala is quick.
Yeah, guys. He's got that great center of gravity, guys. He can run and beat a player while he's in contact. It's just awesome to watch, guys. He always knocks that first play out of the way. Must have AFL trainers in the marking game, all teams. The Bulldogs are doing good. We're in the 8. Yes, awesome stuff, Simon. Critter's kick might not be as accurate, but it's also pretty big. To get bigger and more accurate, he needs to do it to improve. Guys, every time he's out there kicking, they're learning every time, guys. It doesn't happen overnight. It's good stuff. Different kicker, different game. Nice to have options. Yet they've got a game plan each week, guys, that they stick to, which is good. You want Birdo to take the kicks for goal. Well, he kicked well in the game that Critter wasn't there for against the Tigers, but yeah, look, just a slight off night, and he had a lot from the sideline on that left side there, so just didn't, struck one good between the posts, and then a couple of the others just didn't even get him close. So that's just one of those things, guys. Every footballer should be able and confident to kick. Yep, thank you, mate. Abby's new subscriber, Up the Doggies. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, mate. Thanks for subscribing to the channel.
We need Birdo on the 5th. Critter can kick. Yeah. Birdo should goal kick from the sideline conversions. Look, and it's just hit and miss, guys, with those. Birdo kicked them well the last time, but he hasn't had a great result from the sideline as well. So, it's one of those things, guys. Critter's our goal kicker. We trust him. We rely on him. Slightly off day, but it would have been good to get a couple more because we could have hit our first 40 of the year. It would have been nice to do it up there, but down there. But yeah, we'll save those for the next games and what's coming. Give the ball to Birdo to kick it into Sutton. Thanks, Mr. Miller. Sutton tried his hardest to keep the Storm in the finals race, and people were saying that we just won. We could have got 42, and he wasn't that great. Yeah,
that's it.
What's the predictions? Dogs versus Roosters. Yeah, we'll come to that shortly.
We'll get to that.
We're nearly catching up.
We've got another podcast on Tuesday, guys, where we'll do a big preview. This is the review, guys.
This is a review, guys. That's it.
Good.
Good to see you again. God bless the Bulldogs. Yeah, welcome,
Great to
Dak
see you,
Ruffin.
mate. Welcome back.
I heard the doggies chants loud and clear. Yeah, awesome, mate. Good
Yes.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that was forward, and yeah, that was a pretty bad call. No,
Oh, I do watch them.
I
I watch
don't,
all the
yeah.
podcast guys, and that's why I get so frustrated. But they've gone missing since the Raiders game. Don't know why. Nothing. I've seen 2 comments on his little thing. That's it. Like his little chat group things that he does, or yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
We're now equal 13th in attack. Thanks, Mike.
Well done,
1
Mike.
point behind the Gold Coast. Yeah, we'll sort that out, mate. Don't worry. Salmon slap has toughened him up, and in his own admission, guys, he did take a slight dive. Like when I asked him,
Of course he did.
were you in shock? He said, "I took a dive." He even told me. He said, "I took a dive." I was trying to play for it.
Of course he did.
Yeah, you know what? He got the sin bin.
You don't
Good
fall
on him.
down like that when someone slaps you in the face.
He got the sin bin. Got the sin bin. Got the job done. I do feel like we're the type of team to do well against the Chooks. Our defensive system is similar to the Panthers and Warriors, and they smashed the Roosters the last time they both played them. Look, either way, guys, it is going to be an extremely tough game. They're at the top of their game. Sammy Walker is just absolutely on fire. He is one of the most unpredictable players to play against. You never know what he's going to do, and he's able to do anything and everything. So, will be a great game. I mean, look, if they don't have Teddy, it will be slightly off for them. I mean, the previous week they didn't have him as well when he was head knocked, and they just scraped in against Newcastle. And the week before, he said he was out for the 2 weeks, but he does make a big difference to them. So let's see how that goes. As Michael mentioned earlier, for the Roosters, Sutton was their best player. For some reason, Kiraz didn't offload against the Storm. He got a few offloads away, but they were ready for that as well, guys. So, and he didn't get as much ball as he usually does as well. So that's why he actually came looking for it a few times as well. One of his offloads did get us a try. That's correct.
He had 2 offloads.
Yeah.
He had 2 offloads, so he did well. 2 errors.
Down on his average, yep. We still won, yep. We have to swap, mate. Don't worry, mate. You know, just one game is not a reflection of the whole season, mate. Don't worry. Don't stress too much. We seem to blow off more better teams. I reckon the Chooks will get cocky. Look, it's easy to do, guys. They're going to be ready this week for a bounce back after that game, and they know that they can potentially damage our chances of making the 8. So they will be trying to beat us as much as we're going to be trying to keep building up the ladder ourselves, guys. So
have we lost Tournier as well from NRLW? Says we've lost our 2 props.
I'm not sure. Mary Taylor goes well for the side. Ebony Pryor out of the side. Yep.
Yeah. Our hooker's real good. Don't you worry about that.
SST Cup hates the Roosters. You're not alone.
So do I, mate. We'll do it all later.
Tuesday, guys. We'll do the reviews. Keep going, mate. Yep, guys. Yep. Andy, welcome.
Welcome,
Reckon
Andy.
we get a win. Yep, beautiful. Come and tell us how, mate, on Tuesday. Phone goes shoulder charge. Kiraz out, and Gerard Sutton called it. Actually, that was the other thing for that particular incident, guys. Kiraz scored the try. They could be going to a review. He came in and said, "No, his foot out. If you want to argue with it, challenge it yourself." That's a try-scoring play. Why wouldn't he go for a video referee? Why does he forcing us to even though it was
because the linesman put his fucking hand.
Why is he exactly? I mean, that's every day of the week. That's you can put your foot out halfway down the field, halfway line. They still will award the try and go back and check it. That's the kind of stuff Sutton was doing, guys. That's what I'm saying. If you're watching he was just defying us. Go for it, mate. Go. You keep.
I'm going to take the chats for a bit, guys. This is on the review. We don't normally do all the chats, and we're about an hour behind. So I'm just going to say some of his will be missed, but we've kept the comments on the stage, so you would have seen them all as well. Andy, the team have conditioned themselves, confidence and skill to take on the top teams. It is fantastic. It's great to see it. Burton's loving it at 3. I joined the Kennel fan page. Man, some real whinging pricks on that forum. Don't think I'll go back on. I'm just constant whinging, even if we win. Yeah, you've said it 100%, mate. Absolute fucking idiots is all I got to say. And look, one thing I'm going to, before I've just stopped my own chat, but I'm going to say this. Our community here, we love everybody who comes and watches it, but we choose as many people as who choose us as well. So we're not into sitting here and just bagging out our club and our dogs and our players and just writing them off every time we get some adversity. So that's what makes us different. And, we're not for everyone. So just a little bit on that. They haven't posted for a month. Vladimir Putin, welcome to you. We don't have a halfback. We have 2 5/8s and we're killing it. Ali Abdullah, I mentioned Hayward, 3 penalties resulted in 3 Storm tries. We have to pull his bullshit up already. Oh, here we go. Are you fucking serious, mate? Are you serious? Let's keep moving. John Bryan, terrific, brilliant win. Did over East Sutton, made the win sweeter. We can get Easts. My only concern is kick defusal. That's where East will hit us, bring them on. How good back in the 8. Well, John, one thing I'll say is whilst Daniel Tupu is very trustworthy, both sides of the ball, and Marky Mark can do some amazing things. We've shown he can also cough a ball up as well. But we have to be there is still a bit of timidness there at certain points. And I think that's when there's so much riding on a game. That's when Jeff Rose he made some decisions on the weekend to attack that ball and catch it when he could have just sat back and let it go. But there's been some times where he did as well. And I probably at some point, like the reason why I look at Jethro and Jonathan Sewer and say these 2 guys are elite talents with a lot of elite potential. Doesn't mean they'll make the grade and go as high as they should. But the difference this year since Jethro's come into the side and from when Jono come into the side has been the fact Jethro's gone after the game.
The intent.
And I felt Jono was doing that until he didn't pass that ball to Cherry,
yeah,
which puts us in front. And I think it messed with his head a bit. Look, he's back.
Against the Cowboys.
He's gone back and he's doing everything he's supposed to. And, he's got a deal somewhere, thinking it's at the Bears. And apparently that's still happening. But, yeah, that's why Jethro has got the jump. And, they're all good brothers. They'd be very happy for each other. Welcome to our biz. Gowan's been have we gone backwards? No. Gowan's been immense and will continue to get better. He's courageous and takes the line. Gowan isn't the issue. And neither is Hayward, mate. He bumps definite. Burton and critter switch has been the X factor we desperately needed. Tuala just gets better and better. Kicks Presto are back fit. Injury free has been huge. Real good signs. Positive times ahead. Yes, Tilly should be back next week, and we'll talk on Tuesday where he should be. Ali Abdullah, wait till you have a fit Tilly kick out and Preston playing together. It'll be a game changer. Marky Mark will be a problem, or Marky Mark will be a problem, or could
be a problem.
Yeah. No, Crows should cover him if Crows doesn't go inside again. Hope so. All right. Why aren't they answering questions? They catch up. Thanks, Knox. You'll see if you stay. Well, boys, on Casual World, Tilly should be back next week. Thank you. People have to understand Galvin's a late bloomer. If he's showing the skill he is now, he'll be even more damaging when he peaks. Well, I wouldn't even say he's a late bloomer, Andy. I think he's 20 years old. I think he's blooming pretty bloody early.
Yeah.
I think, but I get what you mean. Like, he's not going to just be the finished product straight away. Obviously,
Now
he's
he's
just
20.
going to get better and better.
Now he's 21.
He is, yeah. Agree. Any stage going is still growing into his body, 100%. And look, he's still 10 kilos underweight. He struggles to put on weight. If he can put on another 10 kilos and be a dynamic running 5'8".
But for
7.
all that, he is still the only player in the team to play every single minute of the Bulldogs so far this year.
That's it.
So that's endurance, guys.
Most footy takes worse takes. Not a bad Buzz impersonation. Buzz has money. This dude is broken as power trips because he is a beater. Oh, here we go.
He's probably referring to the comment about Max King.
No, he's having a go at me. He's like, can't wait to see you one day in person.
Ooh,
What for?
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Big Dord, why don't you put your face on here? Why don't you put your face on here and put your phone number on here and then go straight to the police if you want to make fucking threats, mate?
Maybe it's Buzz himself.
Nah. Big Dord. Don't come here making threats, mate. Simple as that. See that? We don't fuck around here. You know why? Because we've got kids. I bet you hang shit on players, don't you, mate? Go say that to Villiam. Go say shit to Villiam. Kick out. See how far you fucking get, mate.
Stick him in the bin, mate. Stick him in the bin.
You can go in the bin. Just got to screenshot it. When you get threatened, it's not ratting, mate. We got a family, we got kids, we don't get threatened here. But don't worry, I won't be looking for you. What a fuck. That's weak as piss, mate. That's what weak people do. Say shit like that.
Too much time on that, mate. Let's move on.
Have you written it down?
Yeah, it's all good, mate. Move on. Done. Let's go.
Fuck him off. Pisses me off. I had a fuckwit ringing me up at the game, at the Broncos game. Threatening me. I don't like it. All right, what are we up to? Hicks may have re-signed for less than what he came for with an understanding he'll be our Fijian talent scout head of the Fijian Academy. Yeah, well, I'm hoping that's true, Matty. We were sort of, and look, I'll eat humble pie here. I've been sort of looking past the kick out. Like, I've been like...
Ready to move into a different position, yeah.
Ready to move into a different position. Ready to, stick him in the middle, prove your worth through there. He's come back and been absolutely amazing.
Kempy said the same thing too yesterday.
Well, Kempy says he's been flying under the radar.
No, but he also said that he was also saying that he thought he was going to be going to the middle, and now he's thinking that he's underrated and still what he's doing. He's like not getting the same recognition as other players are getting for when they do something well. But every game he seems to deliver something, always has an impact.
I found he's copped a lot of criticism from some of our fans as being overrated and stuff. So I sort of
he makes the odd error because he goes for it a lot. But he also forgets about it and he'll try it again. That's the thing where he doesn't go into his shell. That's what I like about him. So he'll keep backing himself to make a play. And at the moment, he's got the Midas touch. It's working for him, so he's not making those errors.
And they're hanging off him for Burton and stuff.
Yeah. The only error he made yesterday was at full time. Lost the ball just at the end there. That was it. That was at full time. And then they packed the scrum with 0 seconds to go, and he still let them pack the scrum with 0 seconds to go. That's Sutton for you.
Little dog had this energy 5 weeks ago. G'day, Mike. How you going, brother? Can't wait to beat the Rooters. Listen to Channel 9 commentary multiple times. Even they said the 6 agains were BS.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, that's
exactly.
good.
Yeah, they do it.
Might
Yeah.
actually listen to it. No Tedesco for the Doggies game. You ain't we, big dog 819. You flop. Thanks, Rhett. Exactly how you deal with it. Can't wait till Mick gets to your comments, little dog. Well, I don't know. I just don't like reading that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind a bit of banter here and there.
Respectfully.
Fuckwit. The second try by Critter reminded of his second half try against the Raiders last year. It was like he decided he was going to score, and he did. That's it, Matty.
Well, if you guys remember when the trainer came out, Tuma, he was waving. He had 2 fingers. He was running out with the 2 fingers, and on field they overrid it and they went for the try. So the trainer came running out with the 2 fingers. I don't know if that was seen on TV, but that was, you could see it from at the game. He was running out with the 2 fingers, and Critter must have said, "No, we want to go for the try," and he took it upon himself to get the try. So, 36 is better than 32. Good on him.
That's it.
It's Melbourne, ruthless.
We need to eat Sam Walker's inside shoulder.
Test.
Oh, test. Let's eat it as well. That's a great way to test it. Eat it. Tickets are too expensive at Allianz. Might do a watch along, Timmy. What do you reckon? What do we say? There's a big difference in us changing our halves after 10 rounds and sitting first, and Penrith changing their halves and sitting first after 22 rounds because we still cop it. I think it just went. We brought a player in from another club. But I would suggest, as we saw, the teams we beat, and a lot of them twice, were all bottom 4, pretty much.
Yep, except for Canberra. That was it, yeah.
That was the only top 8 side we've beaten.
Mm.
Timmy says, I'm going to Moore Park for the Swans game on Saturday. Go those Swans. You're playing with your sausage. Well done, Hectic. Is that Hectic Fred? Playing with his Freddy. On a side note, everyone needs to scream at the TV when Nico Hines is kicking for goal. He's getting close to our Magic's record.
Yeah, in a bit of a windy Shark Park today, he still managed to slot him through as well. It's only 3 behind.
Talk to you, Lorenzo.
Good night. Sleep well.
Tupou is out for next week, surely.
Yeah, I think Tommy Talau will hold his spot. Yeah, he didn't play this week, Tupou, so Tommy Talau will hold that spot as well.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Kilroy, I just love for Baylor to run the ball a bit. He's showing how good he is when he takes a few runs. Look, he took some darts. He took some scoots and brought players onto the ball. He's getting the ball to people who want it and need it.
Yeah.
That's what I was. And I think he has been running lately a lot more. Previous week against Warriors and also against Wests.
Yeah.
A lot
he
more.
Got a few 6 agains, et cetera, et cetera. So he knows when to pick his moment. So, yeah.
Streaming hot tonight, says Andy. Have you
Are
listened
you
to
back in Australia? Andy, you back in Australia yet, mate?
Yeah, good question. Have you listened to Rennie Mature's Monday Kick On podcast? No. I listen to
Send it to me, Ziad. Ziad, send it, mate. Send it to Aki. We'll have a look.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, they were just all over the Dogs, not doing this, not doing that. After the Raiders game, win a few games, and they're all about the Dogs again. Look, the commentary after that game is probably way better than I thought, actually. I thought, but still, they act like Melbourne deserved. That wasn't Melbourne's best performance of the season. Bullshit. Sutton's best performance.
Yeah.
Send me out a Tongo search for him, Mick. I'll do him the Liam Neeson for.
I have a special set of skills.
I will find you and I will kill you. Galvin can have 10 kilos of my belly since I've been in Thailand eating.
Too much pad thai, mate.
Hector Fregg should catch up with Maloney. He likes to barbecue alone. David, welcome. It was perfect that the Raiders won easily versus the Cows. They'll be unready for heavy contact and a grind. Very good point, David. And we're actually saying in our little chat before the game that no matter what happened against the Storm, like we sort of had this feel, we would have loved to have had a 40-4 win or something, or better than that. But with Sutton there and that, we knew sort of a scrappy win or loss was going to turn out to be.
The rhythm wasn't going to be there. The flow.
Yeah,
we knew that it was going to be stop-start. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough watch at some point, or for a lot of it. And whatever the result was, it's going to be about how the Roosters are going to smash us this week. And that's what we're expecting, and that's what we've got. And when that's been the case in the last couple of weeks.
Didn't they say that about Penrith as well?
Oh, and the Warriors.
Yeah.
And the people who have gone missing, they were telling us the Titans were going to smash us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember
we lose
the
our next
kennel?
5 games. The next 5 games we're supposed to lose.
Yeah. Back. You can come back to this moment.
Yeah.
That was the Kennel's words. You can come back to this moment, but we won't win a game between now and then. They're talking about that stretch.
Okay. That's because we lost to the Tigers. Oh, and no, that's because we had an ugly win against Manly or something.
An ugly win against Manly that were third.
and the Eels. Yeah.
and the win against Manly was probably the worst we'd played and won.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd probably say the Parramatta game was just tough.
Mm.
And who won that game? Critter. Critter's been the thing. Kick out comes back. Preston comes back.
Yeah.
Yet apparently these things aren't we're missing these players.
But wasn't it a couple of weeks ago, I was hearing a lot of our supporters were saying that we played better without Critter. You know, people don't look at things overall. People just, look at one situation, one scenario and just assume, and then the media will feed you some stats and things like that. And everyone thinks that's the better way to go. They were talking about Melbourne not having Munster, Grant and Jerome Hughes twice before, and they've won twice before.
They've never lost. That was the first time they've lost without the 3 big players on the field.
So, so don't worry about what the media tries to feed you guys. As you look at overall, Critter is our best option. He's a winner. He's a great player. His confidence, his talk, the way the players rally around him. But he's also been playing injured and heavily, subdued most of the year. So, his shoulder's getting better. He's got his nerve problems. He copped on in the ribs the other day, guys. Late. That should have been a sin bin. Like we copped what's his name? Presto in the bin against Dolphins for something like that. I mean, that's Sutton, guys. These little things they add up, guys. They add up.
And just for some comparison, guys, it's like, because Manny makes the point here, Rennie and Brave podcast no different 360. I can't watch it, but that's the thing. You got all these podcasts and all these media all doing the same thing, right? Basically, we don't want to do that. We don't want to sit there and give you all our tips for every single game. Now we're going through games now because we're looking at results that benefit us. It's all about us, guys.
Yes.
And it's also, we're not going to sit there and talk about this rhetoric like that other mob, and just like the media and everyone else is sitting there saying, do you think Critter has got an issue with Galvin? And do you think that, what do we want to talk about that shit anyway? Do we really want to publicly go around saying that there's a problem in the dressing rooms? There's some good blokes out there, right, who say these things, and they're not bad people or anything. And they sit there and they go, there's a problem. After we lost to the Raiders, there's definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. The guys aren't, the synergy's there, not there. They don't love each other. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, these things happen in seasons for every team. There's things that happen. I can tell you at Penrith, I'm talking out of school here, but Penrith, James Fisher-Harris had an issue with the culture there at one point with some of after they won 3 premierships. Had an issue with the way some of the people and the players were carrying on. and some of the youngsters coming through, like in the next level up. All these things happen. Canterbury 1995, they had to go out and get on the beers to sort their season out and get it going. They changed. Madge Maguire changed things up with the Broncos last year. Got them doing some things they'd never done before. And, and some teams bring in, people that really resonate with the group and get them believing that they're invincible and stuff. If the coach is just looking for that extra, everyone's trying to win a comp. But why do we as fans sit there and have to have discussions about because Galvin or because Critters told off Galvin or told off Jeffro because they failed in a moment, as if like he's too hard on these guys? He's a kid himself. He's barely fucking 25 years old.
Did you see Sam Walker give it to Marky Mark the other day?
That's what he's got to do.
Gave it to him. Absolutely gave it to him for not chasing that kick that he put through. Screaming at him. In a game they won 82-12.
It's standards.
Exactly.
And it's understanding that practice makes perfect. If you don't realise if you believe in your head that it's all right, she'll be right, mate, I won't chase then. We're up 80 points. That's just frailty and weakness. And these guys want to win every moment. They want to, especially players like Sam Walker. They want to win every single moment. That's what makes these guys are on $1 million. The ones having a crack are being paid $1 million. It's not as if it's, you saw Mitchell Moses with Talon Silva last year. It's the blokes being paid $1 million are the ones that are sitting there pointing the fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Because they expect better. And what's Jeffro done since he got a fucking ribbon from Critter?
Onwards and upwards.
What level has he gone to since then? Levels that he probably
seasoned campaigner the way he's playing. Not a 20-year-old rookie.
But this is what we've always said with him.
He's become an X factor for us. That's the truth. He's become an X factor for us.
These kids are tough, and and I'll say Jonathan saw another one. The amount of post contact they make from tough carries is way beyond their years. They are good kids. Like that Macassini, they're all talking about him. Only very, very young, but the amount of toughness they're showing at a young age is full on. All right, let's keep going. Hi to you, David. And don't be sorry, mate. It's all good. It's straight to business. All good, brother. Critter to win the Daly M and Clive Churchill medal with the gold and blue. Well, Rhett's already beat you to it, Michael. Rhett, he with his super chat. Critter on Dad's strength mode. I predict he dedicates his Clive Churchill to his daughter and to clip that moment. So he beat you to it, Mike, but that's all right.
Same page. It's good.
Timmy says games against Manly Panthers was no one expected us to win, but he believed we could. 100% you did, brother. We need Critter. He's a match winner. Justy Dubs, no, we stifled Manly for the full 80. The boys threw themselves at the effort. I think it was Twala who was underneath Big O Lakawatu, totally at risk of being trampled. Others haven't done the same. Good call. Good shout out, brother.
And they missed.
Good night, Mario. Go the Dogs. We have
Mario.
surged with the return of Presto and Kikau. I think Hayward keeps the 9 jersey next year over Lussick. Hayward is the 9. But Lussick he'll be given an opportunity in the preseason to out-train, outwork, outdo all those things, pass the ball better, do the scrimmages. So if Bailey's not on his game, Freddie will do that. But Freddie his whole career's been backup hooker. Hey?
And he'll be helping Bailey as well. They'll work both ways.
And Gordon, I think Gordon's top 30 next year, so he'll be another one in the mix.
You had a good try assist.
Doesn't leave room for Jake Turpin, although we love Jake here.
Gordon had a good try assist on Friday as well.
Yeah, well, Gordon had that. Oh, yeah, well, he It was his try, man. Like,
That's it. Yeah, he just put on the platter.
that break he made.
Yep.
Look how hard Sam Waters. Yeah, beautiful, Brian. Straight on it. Preston and kick out obviously massive, but Jethro being on his game is the difference. He looks Alan what he like when he's on. That's it, bro. We highlighted the start in our previous 3 games. If we score points early against the Raiders, we possibly go on to win. Against the Storm, it was a 50-50 game that we overcame. I can see Birdo scoring a try for kick put in behind Marky Mark next week. Let's clip that moment. I can see it too, Matty.
Is that with Birdo reaching out from around the outside and bringing it back in and doing something special with the payback?
David, every guy and his dog create a podcast now. It's actually hilarious, really, to see them pontificate on every little half-baked idea to sell their advertising. A bit sad in a way that these ex-footy players have nothing more important to do. Yeah, well, look. One day the clubs are going to work out how to do it all well, and the ex-players and the media will work it out. And look, that right now, there's a reason all these journalists and that who are on podcasts as well now, because the normal way of doing media is just different. It's done. But we just try to be different and not the same as everyone else. We try to involve all the chats, involve the people, and create a safe space where people can actually, have a crack at the other teams and have banter with the other teams and have banter with the media and whatever. Cool. But here in our club, we back it, we support it, we stay strong, and that's it. Timmy, everyone will expect the Roosters to win well, but I'm a strong believer if we bring the same intensity at the side play, we can beat them in a dogfight, pardon the pun. Well, that's it, Timmy. We beat them in 2024 after a slow start to the season. Lost the game the week before against Souths, which we had so many injustices in that game yet again. Beat the Roosters in an ambush in that rain. Get out to a big lead, and then they come home, score a try late, which was very important. But I remember that run from Kurt Mann and offload, like the Blake Taft's try off the scrum to start, and then Kurt Mann with the step and the offload to Birdo cutting through. Like, that was all beautiful stuff, What happens with the Roosters, though, which is really hard for us sometimes, is it can get, and this is in a lot of games, where it gets hectic back end to end, and you just start thinking you can score off every play, and it's going. We go a lot better when we get things under control and just keep them in that cage. And it's like they come out with the Dogs are going to have a real crack at them, But yeah, it's been tit for tat with the Roosters. So we win one, they win one. We win one, they win one. For the last couple of years.
It's our turn.
It's our turn again. It was good to meet Tim at the Ron Massey on Saturday. Pity the boys didn't get the win. Yeah, that was awesome that you were there watching together. That's awesome.
Good stuff.
Pete Webber.
G'day, Pete.
Hope everyone's well. Just caught up. Thanks for doing Pete's man of the match for me, Mick. Have had a few issues. We'll chat during the week. Cheers to you too, Gas. Yeah, it'd be good to see you, Pete. I was wondering why things are a bit quiet, and I've just been so bloody preoccupied. Thank you to Red, who's contributed $8 to this podcast. So we've got another $192 to go, and we will. And the winner of the draw, it doesn't have to be this shirt.
Stand up, mate. Show us the full.
Stand up. Stand up, mate.
Make sure you spin around.
So we've got SC6. I've changed the design a bit. See, you can see so this is just a sample. You won't see that extra stuff around the Bulldog. And I've actually put his Bulldog number. I think think it's Bulldog 854, something like that.
Mm.
And SC6 on the back, and got rid of the Bulldogs off it, just to make it more about critter, because we've got the Bulldog menacingly in the background there. But really nice shirt, and I'm probably looking at a more premium shirt as well for it. Although this one's fine, I love it. But and we've also got another shirt that we've just come up with, so I might actually show the store again, considering this is the prize. Considering this is the prize, guys, do you think we should show it before we go, and then we'll do a quick wrap up of New South Wales Cup for 5 minutes, and then we'll go. But this is going to be the prize. So is it going to be there? All right. So let's go to catalog. I'm probably in the bloody editor thing, but tell me what you think of this one, guys. I thought 6'7" was quite popular, and here's the young fella who's the 6, but he's a 7. Celebrating the young 6 who plays 7. Discover the perfect blend of comfort and style in the Hammer Max Weight collection. So, and on the back, you've got his Bulldog 874. Hasn't got the sleeve picks there, but they'll have LG 67 on it. It's definitely a lot cleaner look than that. That's just a AI sort of rendition of it. Yeah, got a lot of different things on there. The banner's not really for sale. I was just trying to show someone who wants one what it could look like. But you can win the cartel hoodies. Is this showing up on the screen? Or is it? Yep, it's all there. Lots of things. Prestomania. Now, some of the guys got the early merch. I have changed things a little bit. But I'll tell you the shirt that looks really bright. And I'm going to put pictures of some of the pictures of some of our cartel members who have sent me some photos. James and Mike, Lucas.
There's a request for you, mate.
But this Dogfather one, I've got a black version of it. Looks absolutely this Dogfather legend, Stephen Folkes 432. I removed the Bulldog from around his tie, and there's a black version of it as well, which is awesome. Looks amazing. Lots of different things. We've got hoodies, Hazem El Masri, even got little Chinadu Uday. CJ.
Shout out to Elaine.
Shout out to Elaine. She's probably heading to New Zealand again next week, I think. Should be great.
There's a request there from Mike as well, mate. I've got on the screen there for you.
Of a young ghost holding up Hazem. Well, I was actually looking at that. To be honest, I'd actually come up with some concepts of that already.
Did you find it in the book?
You should have. But I've actually made have made a gas shirt. I was going to do a tribute to the faithful supporters. It's quite funny. A gas 23 shirt, you reckon? I just got to find it. Any more chats coming through there, mate?
So Bulldogs AZ sort of saying, what was it like seeing Marky Marks try against us last year? It was the only points they scored in the second half, but it was a great try. Like, you know, when you look at the skill that was involved to do what he did, the way he hopped on one leg and kicked it, then ran around and pulled it back in, you couldn't deny the effort. Like at the end, when you watched it, you go, that's a try. It was just that's how good the try had to be scored against us, unfortunately. But yeah, it was one of those ones where you'll never forget it. seeing it, but that was it. Z. Timmy's saying when we had the 2-try lead against the Storm, he thought we were safe. Yes, mate. Ron Massey, there you go. Ron Massey's side showed plenty of fight in the second half.
Yeah, they did. So that's a Gas one. It's obviously in reverse, but it's don't break defence. That's actually Gas on hold. Hasm would have been. He was holding Hasm up on that shirt, and there he's holding the sign. Did one for Brave Dog as well. Have to ask his permission though, obviously. Timmy did find it in the book.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you, Matty. Always good. Beautiful. And look, those who so you already got a ticket in the draw. People like Matty and Mike and all that are all got a ticket in the draw already because they're cartel members. Snopsy has just joined, David Miller, Bulldog Mike and the like. Rhett, Lucas, sorry, I'm trying to remember everyone. Scary, Sean. Big shout out to all of you. It's been wonderful, your support, continued support. So Brian as well every week. So yeah. And then your extra ones that you do get you another couple of tickets for every $5.
It's a question from Brian there, mate, for you.
What's he saying? Does a Gas or Magic shirt come with both signatures? We'll see. Turkey's next. Yo, how is it going? It's going well, Turkey. How are you? Knox Corvus. Great review. Let's prepare for Friday. Cheers. All. Anthony McAuliffe, who's another cartel member. And sorry, I missed all live podcast tonight, but I'll definitely listen to tomorrow. Great win by our guys. Even Sutton tried his heart out.
That's it.
New South Wales Cup, guys, we won 20-10. It was always not going to be easy, although Storm was second last on the ladder. Joey Teaupa, he's looking like a real, in my opinion, he is one that we must keep. Real good temperament. Long kicking game as well, really consistent long kicking game. Has a lot of time, very good mentality, defends well, seems to know when to run and pass. Did a good job. I felt Dykes was a lot better, especially defensively this week. Tay had a good game, and few of them tried a few different things at different times. But we lost Sheldon Hayward in the first 5 minutes of the match, and Sheldon was making his New South Wales Cup debut. So was David Leota and Marcellus Iacopo. I think, sorry if I've said it wrong. Marcellus sort of had to move out to the wing. Jed had to go from playing back row back to the centres. They sort of had to shuffle the deck around. So it wasn't easy for the guys, but they got the win, which was a much-needed 2 points. I felt Jack Todd with the ball starting to get back to his best. A lot of searching runs, a lot of good movement. Jackie Underhill had another good tough game. So yeah, it's was a tough win. They really want to make the finals. That cup side. Lipoy played pretty well. Gordon came off the bench. Jake Turpin looked a lot better in the game. So yeah, it's going to be. I think that we're playing the Roosters this week, obviously, and they're behind us, but they've been in some good form. So I think they've won 4 of their last 5, so they're going to be hard to beat.
It's a Sunday game, though. Sunday game as well.
Oh, it's a Sunday game after the Friday.
Correct, yeah.
Oh, that's good because that means they can keep certain players in the 6-man squad and let those guys play on Sunday.
2:45 at Wentworth Park.
Yeah, I wish I could be there. It'd be good. So yeah, good effort by them. Now, obviously, with players moving out of Jersey Flegg into Cup, the Flegg side wasn't as strong. They had some guys come up from from Ron Massey and stuff like that. And look, it was a bit of a frustrating game for them, but they really good try at the end. Great try at the end. I wish I could get some footage of it. I probably can, but I just haven't got it ready. Ron Massey, as you were talking about, was a good effort playing St Mary's. Like missing players like Damon Humphreys, who's been a mainstay of that side and played really well this year in Ron Massey Cup. So they missed him. They missed a lot of the players. I'm just trying to find this, see if there's any footage of that try because they actually had a shot for goal at the end too, the Storm. But it was Eamon Fitzgibbon got the try for the Bulldogs at the end of tie. I didn't think it was. There was a... Sorry, I've just got to... Might not be... Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe it was. There's a chip over the top, though. Chip over the top. And a great try to tie things up. So well done to the boys to get that draw. And they're very much looking like finals. Ron Massey have qualified for finals, so well done to them. Next week's the last round. And if even if they lose, they will finish top 5 no matter what. But we'll look at all that sort of stuff in the previews on Tuesday. But well done to the players and to the teams. We're a big chance of making the finals of New South Wales Cup. We get the best sides in NRL, injuries permitting, New South Wales Cup, Jersey Flag, and in Ron Massey. They're a chance at everything, this club. Now, it could all get bow out in straight sets, but we're a chance of...
You're going to be in it to win it.
We're a chance of winning the club premiership.
Yep.
Again. So that's it. Got to be in it to win it. And Brian took some videos and stuff. All right, people. Was there something else we're supposed to show?
Looks like our special guest should be live on Tuesday, mate. Just confirmed.
Oh, just confirmed. All righty, I'll do the advertising. Beautiful. So Brave Dog has just said he'll be coming on Tuesday. Beautiful. Beautiful. With the big preview for the Roosters.
That's it, guys.
Big preview.
Jussie, we would have faded the Storm if not for Sutton. Yeah, mate, we could have hammered those guys.
We would have.
Don't know their name. Was really impressed with 1, 12, and 2 and 7 in the Ron Massey. Yeah. Love the try by Reardon. He hit that hole with a vengeance. Important game against the Roosters in Cup as well. Yes, it is. That'll be Sunday. Are we still a better team without Critter? Thanks, Amir. Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
Silenced
nice.
a lot of people.
Nice.
Brian took a few videos. Good stuff, Brian. I think Lussick will bring out the best in Hayward. Hayward has come leaps and bounds in the last few months. So I applaud the young fella. He's been one with the most criticism. Even I criticised him. So I love Nev. Thanks for spinning it around, mate. It's all right. Just have to trust the coach.
Nate Clark was the 12 for the Bulldogs, and he's been playing a fair bit in for the Moorbank Rams. So they would have missed him a lot. And what were the other numbers? Did he say the 7? That's Zayn Alamadine, who we got from Para, his brother. There was news out that they haven't been playing his brother because in fear of ganglands. That's what the Mole reported.
Yeah.
Which is probably bullshit.
1, 12, 2 and 7, I think he said. Or was it 1, 12?
So it's Mickey Nassar, who was reported to have left the club. So he played fullback, and Mikhaili Senibua. Now we have lost a player who a very good talent in Jai Callahan has gone to South Sydney and made his debut for them. Now Jai played a lot of fullback during SG Ball, and we had David Bryanton He's been playing He's been playing in for Moorbank in recent weeks. He's played for Ron Massey, and I think he's played some flag as well. So very good player. But as you can see, St Mary's, they started with Zach Cheney at fullback and Christian Crichton on the wing, Critter's brother. So, and Brad Kieran. So they were there's a fair bit of experience in NRL experience in that Ron Massey side up against young kids. Paul Johnson, Leif Dietrich, Zane Alameddine, like all these kids can they can play Jersey flag. Same with Baxter Warner. Mickey Nass's played a lot of flag, and Michaeli Senibua. I don't think he's played too much flag this year, but obviously impressed Brian on the weekend. So there you
go. Timmy caught up with Andrew Edmonds and Scotty Schultz at the Saints yesterday. Awesome, Timmy. Heinze.
That would have been awesome for you, mate.
Did Scotty have the face paint or not, mate? Probably not for this game. Nervous about facing the Rooters after scoring 82 points. I think they've scored all their points for the week, guys, last week.
Yeah.
They've got an extra day to recover against us as well.
We all love Brave Dog, mate.
Brave Dog, awesome. Bopper's got a sponsored Roosters seat this week. Can't wait to give it to all the Rooster supporters around me. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. And that leaguey guy, that bloody guy, the one who's sticking up for all the referees and trying to be like the NRL media watch. He looks like he's about 15 and I think he's 30. And he's he lives in Canberra and he's a Roosters supporter. Anyway, Hectic Fred's going to debate him about referees and stuff. So for this, I'll be going for Hectic Fred. Time to go, boys.
Guarantee if we get there, no one wants to verse us. We're that sort of team. Yes, we are. Gas
has been saying that for a while, Amir. We're the team no one will want to play. I sort of look at Raiders in a similar way, but then it's good to see Penrith demolish them.
They had to do it after the Miracle in Mudgee last year, mate. That was overhyped, that one. So they had to shut that down.
So on Tuesday, guys, we will look at the teams we need to beat this week. Coming in, we'll do a big preview. We'll obviously have Brave Dog story, which I cannot wait for that. And another big Friday coming up against those Roosters. So thanks for that, Gas.
Thanks, guys.
Check out. We'll throw whatever chat's remaining up while we do the. There
was another 10. There's another POD as well. So I think 182 left, mate. I think Matty Warren off memory.
Yeah.
I've called that out. Yep, no worries. Paul Johnson scored a double. Yep, Timmy, thank you, mate. Thanks for another great potty. Thank you, Matty. No face paint for Scotty yet. Awesome. Berto is loving life in the centres. That's right. See you, Brian. See you Tuesday. And Timmy, we're talking about Jack Todd and the headgear he made for him. Oh, yeah. Okay, mate. Yep. It's got every stat on the headgear, mate. Did actually Jack ended up taking it yet and wearing it, or is he not going to wear it? I don't know. Was it just a gift? Because he came and told me all about it the other day as well. Pumped it up. Thanks, Mike. You get to see the new video as well, mate. So you can
there you go.
All see the outgoing one coming through. Up the doggies. I'll be here on Tuesday. Yes, see you guys on Tuesday. No Miracle in Mudgee this week. Get the guitars out. That's it, guys.
And for Dogfather and Cartel members, I'll see you on the group chat, which it's been a lot of fun.
That's it.
Great connecting with you all and building this community. Thank you so much.
That's it, guys.
Go the Dogs.
See you later. Go the doggies.
Go the doggies.
G-Day Doggies fans, welcome to the show.